Hello, everybody. I am a PNG today. Welcome to the stream. So unfortunately, I am so, I'm so, I haven't streamed since like November, and apparently that's long enough to, um, become a boomer, which I am now, because I broke everything. Nothing works. Um, so yeah, I don't have VC face anymore. It's crashing every time I open it. So I'm not even a VTuber anymore, guys. I'm graduated. Oh God, no, I gotta fix it later. But yeah, as of right now, my entire setup has literally imploded. In fact, I can't even use the PNG tuber stuff because that imploded too. So we're not gonna be Goose today. I'm not gonna be moving today. Um, so yeah, that's this. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Drac. Oh, thank you very much. 12 months. Hey, congrats on the 1 million subs to you and the team for the insane progress. Well, thank you very much, Drac. Thank you. Oh man, it has been 1 million subscribers. Well, that's crazy. That's crazy. Actually, hey, what do you guys think of the 1 million subscribers? I've been pretty like I don't know, like it's cool, but you know, we got stuff to do, but you know.
Heck
Well,
yeah.
if you way too chill.
That's a lot of goose.
It has been 10 years.
I was here.
Yeah. Hey, Barrett, thank you. Oh yeah, Blender Conference was cool. You know, that's funny that like because we did actually stream after Blender Conference last time, but like yeah, it was like it was just I had a lot of cons that I didn't really get to talk about too much. There was a whole thing about my passport expiring that I haven't told anybody on stream yet, but that's going to take a while to tell. Basically, my passport was expired, and I didn't know that until the day before I flew out to Amsterdam.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so that was a whole experience actually trying to figure that out. But anyway, more on that later. So today we are going to be talking about Genshin Impact and the impact that it had on our Genshin. That's that's how it works, right? No, we're going to be talking about the video. We're going to be watching the video as usual. We have the team here. Welcome to the team. You guys can see their names this time, so that's cool. Chala, Cody, whoever that is, Ramen, Shane, and Saradin. So we got yeah, hello, yes, hi, hello. I mean, you guys can all sort of give a collective hello if you guys want to.
One,
Hello.
2, 3, hello. Okay.
Oh, hello.
hello to you in chat specifically.
Yes, that's exactly what I was expecting. So yeah, we have a fun show for you today. We're gonna be just talking about technical stuff, so that's fun. So if you're a nerd just like us, you're gonna enjoy this a lot. All right, so what we're gonna do, this is, if you guys are new here, this is what we usually do. We give a watch together stream where we technically just watch the video together, and then we just sort of talk about it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna watch it together, the whole way through one time, so everybody gets a refresher on what the video was, what it's about, you know, what happened in the video, in case it's, you know, been more than a couple weeks since you've seen it. And then we're gonna watch it again. We're gonna pause through it, and we're gonna watch like certain bits over and over again and talk about it until everyone is bored of the technical side of things. Just kidding. I'm actually super excited. I do need to post on Discord. That's true. I do need to do that. Hang on. Yo, buds, let's go to the stream. All right.
Ugh.
That's Pokemon Goo. Let's go. All right. Wait a minute. Did I tag the one person who was named everyone instead of everyone? I think I did. That
You got swindled.
that son of a that son of, oh my
Okay,
God. I'm always like so close to doing it, and I don't do it, but this time I did.
Ban his ass.
I should. All right, here we go. All right, guys, we're gonna watch it together one time through. Here we go. Let's do it. Bada bing bam.
I got your back.
Hey, where are you going? You trying to leave me here without paying me?
This job isn't about winning. It's about getting out before they do.
That is a good question, Proxy.
Well, I guess that's one way to finish a job.
Not quite done yet. Looks like we found the one who's been paying these guys.
Where's my treasure?
Whoa, what is this thing?
This is our ride out of here.
Don't let them get away!
You sure you know how to use this thing, right? I mean, we're going pretty fast.
Apparently, not fast enough. I'm borrowing this.
Hey, that's mine! You can't just take things that don't... What are you doing? If we die, you owe me double! Just for that, you owe me double anyway.
I'll be taking this back. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, come back here! The patrouille's taking it!
Slash.
Thanks for the test drive. I think the Qixing will want this even more now. So I'll be taking it back.
Nah, they just got tired. That's all. It's not like people don't die from
Let's talk
swords.
about how
Everyone
much
knows that.
you owe me.
So what'd you guys think? Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
Fantastic. Worthy of 1 million subscribers.
That's what I was thinking, you know. Then. Took the words right out of my mouth. Oh man. Yeah, no, that I mean, this is honestly, let's be real. This is one of our best projects we've ever made. One of the most difficult ones, but definitely one of the best ones. I think like we were able to apply a lot of the things that we've learned over the past year or two on this project, and a whole lot more on the next one, which we'll be doing soon. More on that later. Anyway, got a few questions during the stream of the video. Why did you pick these two? Asks Proxy. That is a good question. It was basically Genshin's choice, technically. I mean, we had a little bit of say, but for the most part, they were like, we think these characters will probably be the best characters, and we were like, okay, I mean, that's fair. Makes sense to me. So yeah, and I think it worked out pretty well. Originally, actually, we were gonna do Candace, but Candace was he doesn't have eyebrows. Oh God, Ram, why did you have to do this to me? Sorry. Anyway, we're gonna move on from. Oh, why does he have eyebrows? Anyway, so yeah, originally we were gonna do Candace. Yeah, and then they mentioned that Candace doesn't really like. She wouldn't work with Yelan technically, but Dia would because she's a mercenary, and so that was like, yeah, that makes sense. So that was sort of like the back and forth that we had with that, and yeah, yeah. What else was there?
Well, originally it was supposed to be all three of them, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, there was actually another character, wasn't there? I feel like there's another character. I swear there was one more. Maybe
let me see if I can find it.
Maybe I'm wrong. Vertigo says, "I love the blank frozen look of Dylan's avatar." that's just my face, man. I'm perpetually happy. What can I say? Yeah. You're gonna get used to it. It's gonna be there for 2 hours.
Ventriloquist.
That's me. That's except yeah, the opposite of that. You know, it's an accurate animation because they rode the entire desert and didn't come across a single scarab. Yes, very true, very true.
They were there. They just got they hit the radiator for the cars and stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah. It's bug shield.
They all got smashed.
Yeah.
That's what provided the slickness of the sword surfing.
Yeah.
Just
Oh God, no.
everywhere.
Oh, don't say that. Oh, don't say that. It's just a bunch of exoskeletons. Like, ooh, sorry. Too many crunches in my head now. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. Barrett, you enjoyed? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. Everybody seems to think it's awesome. I just wanna give a huge pat on the back to the team because the only reason why it's good is because of them. So, big round of applause. Somebody do an applause. I'm sure it'll come up eventually. There we go. Look at that. Hey. Anyway, okay, we got some questions. All right, some overarching questions first, and then we're gonna watch it again. And we're gonna answer a whole bunch more. So, look at that cactus with the applause. Thank you. So, Drax says, how much time was roughly spent on each part of the project? That is a difficult question to answer unless we actually know which parts are which. But overall, the project took about 8 weeks. So we started it basically on beginning of November, like right after I got back from Blender conference. That's when we started it, which is like November 1st. And
Yeah.
animation started on November 9th. Yeah, and we finished everything by December 30th, which was like just in the nick of time. I think we were literally working up until 2-3 hours before the actual event debut, and then like we're still working after that for another like 6 hours, 7 hours, maybe up to 10 hours before we uploaded it on our actual YouTube channel. So yeah, yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
But also the fastest project we've ever done by a long shot. So like, even without crunch, I think we would have finished it much faster than we ever have worked before. Because, you know, for comparison, CK2 took us 8 months, but it's around the same runtime. So that's pretty interesting. What was the newest technical challenge overall on this one? I feel like Cody could probably answer that question. I mean, the newest technical challenge? Like, I feel like it has a lot to do with rendering, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poly rendering.
that sound of defeat, just like, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Rendering took
Yeah.
a while, yeah.
Yeah, probably specifically the screen space refraction stuff that we did, and like getting the shadows to work with that.
Yeah,
whole
that's true.
thing was a bit of a challenge.
Yes, yes. And the shadows, like the actual cast shadows were a challenge too on a lot of scenes.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of scenes where they're just not there.
Yeah, yeah.
We couldn't get it to work.
Yep, we just couldn't get it to work, which is fine. I mean, it's fine. It worked out fine. But yeah, one thing we can talk about later is probably that screen space refraction thing that we did specifically with the motion blur we did on the ground for the entire desert track shot, which I think worked really, really well, which was cool. Other than the fact that it gave us so many headaches, but the end result was really good.
Yeah,
it was worth it. Yeah. Okay. Let me just catch up the chat here. How is the sound effect done when the bad guy has his foot sliding on it? Oh, that's a good question for Cody, but we'll get to that. I don't want to go too specific yet. Did your team have any challenges with lighting? Yes, absolutely. God, lighting was a pain. Specifically, like lighting the characters, because we had to get the sun vectors and stuff worked out, and we had to deal with Dart Pipeline being a little less optimized than we thought it would be.
Oh yeah, because this was like the first real test of the pipeline.
Yep.
I mean, technically Emily was, but it was so like bare bones that we didn't get into like really testing it.
Yeah, we had a lot of things.
The background was just like a plane.
Exactly. Yeah, so we got a lot of things tested this time around, which was great, and we have a lot of things improved for the next one. So our pipeline's actually going to be a lot better. But overall, the pipeline worked out pretty well. Yeah, I noticed the characters have their original colors, but not the textures. That's true. We did remake the characters quite significantly. So like, some of their textures are overridden. We actually did reuse a lot of the textures. I mean, like Dia's hair texture is just the original texture, so that worked out pretty well. In some cases, I simplified the textures here and there, but in a lot of places, it's actually the same because we didn't actually have a whole lot of time to completely redo it. But yeah, Yelan's hair was probably the most we changed, and it looks really, really good. Ruki actually redid the hair, and like we basically, I basically redid the shader to like look more clean than like the original texture because they had a lot of shadows in it, and that worked out really well. And yeah, the hair looks great. I agree. It's super clean. Were the beginning and ending smear frames done similarly? Yes. If you're talking about this one, I mean, we'll get to it, but like this smear frame right here. You mean
the leg.
This guy? This one right here? This one? So yeah, the smear frames that we do are basically all refraction plane based. However, this one was actually done in After Effects technically, and you can kind of see the pixelization here. Actually, it's a little unfortunate, but
yeah,
this one
16-bit.
Fair. This one was actually done in After Effects, but using the same technique technically. But this is done in After Effects, and then the one, like, I mean, I guess like the question is like which one at the end, but like, generally speaking, like we have this effect. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but like you see the ground here has like these smears on it. That's all done in real time. So those actually don't exist because it also smears the shadows. Those don't exist as a texture. That's actually a real-time refraction effect. That's just on the ground constantly. And God, that helped so much. So you actually get this really cool distortion there on whatever shadows and whatever textures are on the ground at the time in that location. So we didn't have to dynamically adjust any shaders or anything like that. It's just automatic. It was automatic. It was amazing. And I even hooked it up to like a speed variable and stuff. It was great. Yeah, the Nakamura smear frame. Yes, that's the one. But yeah, all right. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have a lot more questions, so we're gonna probably jump into the actual watch together, so we don't get too caught up. Yeah. Let's see. Any quick? We'll do 2 more questions before we start. Man, there's so many. You guys have so many good questions. We did use grease pencil for smears in some cases. We can show you that. Actually, I'll show you now before I forget. Right here. Oh, her hand's gone. Whoops. Oh, is it frozen? Hang on. Is it here? It's technically here. Did some of them get... Did some not get rendered? Anyway. So technically we had smear frames here. And we do that.
There should be.
They should be. Maybe they didn't get in the render. Let's not dwell on that too much.
We do it.
Anyway, they're totally there. So yeah, we did a lot of work on that. Oh god, sad.
I have the original clip, so
yeah. We'll look at that later. The heads were replaced. Yes, the heads were definitely replaced. And let's see, were you limited to using particular angles on the characters because of the new shaders you talked about on your tech demo? No, Blobfish, actually. That was something that we specifically do pride ourselves in. We can pretty much film from any angle. It's just that, you know, we got to get the shading to like be angled properly relative to that angle. So it's like we have a light source that we can control that kind of controls the actual the angle of the light itself. But yeah, as soon as it's there, it just sort of looks fine. And our shading technique is actually very dynamic. So it like changes based on the you know, the animation of the characters and stuff like that, and doesn't require a whole lot of adjustment. I mean, you know, with the time that we had, like, we couldn't really afford to tweak each shot, but that's why the shader is so great. It just sort of works, and yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. All right. You guys ready? Let's go. Let's actually watch it. Let's let's watch it again. And we're gonna pause. We're gonna pause around. Proxy had a last question. Where did the car idea come from? That was technically Hoyoverse. So yeah, Hoyoverse was.
They really wanted a car.
They wanted the car. They really wanted the car, which is like I'm pretty sure is the reason is because they really liked CK2, which is fair. It's a great video. But yeah, that's just yeah. They really wanted the car. We actually did propose some non-car options, but they had some good points. Like, one point was that, like, they wanted to make sure that it wasn't just too similar to the game. And if we just did like a regular fight scene, like, that's, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, so they wanted something that was like not in the game specifically. So as a car, and I actually really like the car design. I think, shout out to Yannick, by the way. Yannick did so many cool concept arts for us for this project. All the vehicles are original designs. The environments were also art directed by him. He did a great job. Yeah, and shout out to Christoph for doing the look dev as well, because that turned out amazing. So yeah. The background was a collab between Yannick and Christoph, and it worked out really well. All right, let's go. Here we go. He doesn't have eyebrows. That's not important. Let's move on. Okay. I don't know why he doesn't have eyebrows. I literally did not notice that until now. Oh god. Oh man.
Robin, your eyes are too good.
Yeah, I don't know how you even notice that.
We paused on that frame for like
it's
2
true.
minutes. I was like, something's wrong here.
It's true.
Got your back.
Yeah. My god.
Oh yeah. Shout out to the physics. The bone
Yes.
physics.
Yes, actually. So this is just the fact that we could do an upside down shot worked out really well, because that would have been
Yeah,
a
well,
nightmare.
even like her flipping like back right
Got your
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
just like because I did this part. I didn't really do anything. I just pressed the simulate button and it did it. Oh,
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep. Shout out to the Bone Dynamics add-on.
Yes.
If you guys haven't used Bone Dynamics add-on, it is it's basically a way to add cloth sim to bones. That's the best way I can describe it. So it gives you a whole ton of control, because you can just bake it and then edit it afterwards. And
Bone Dynamics Pro, right?
Bone Dynamics Pro, that's correct. Yeah, it's I mean, it honestly saved this project, because we didn't do any physics, by the way. So like, we had barely any time. So we animated the whole thing, and I basically just told the team, I was like, don't animate any hair or clothing. It'll be fine. And naturally, I had no idea if it was actually gonna be fine. I was just sort of banking on the fact that we'd be able to simulate it pretty quickly. And in our old setups, like, we could do a decent job, but it was like, our old setups are kind of janky. Even though we did develop a pretty cool solution for it. But like, the Bone Dynamics add-on was something we were looking into, because it does something very similar to what we do. And it ended up being like kind of goated. Like, it just sort of worked, and we were able to crank out like, God, so many physics shots in like a day. And it worked out really, really well. Yeah.
Yes, I was very happy with it.
Yes, yeah, they're all simmed. And there's a lot of settings you can control. Yeah.
Yeah. No, because I think during the dailies and stuff, you were like, yeah, we'll just simulate at the end. I was like, I don't know, man. Then it worked. And I was like, all right, okay, I believe you now.
Yeah. Just have faith, yeah. It worked out really well. Like, I mean, I remember this fight. You were working on it, and it was just like everything just came together. It was like look at Dia's like little thingies. I don't know what they're called, like little cape thingies. They move really well. And like this whole part was like, man, it's just chef's kiss.
Yeah, I didn't do anything in that part.
it just worked. It was just like, oh, okay.
Like, I think the most I did, like, is just shift over keyframes for like a little bit more delay. But for the most part, it worked like really well.
Yeah.
I was very, very happy with the bone simulation.
Very happy. Can confirm. I think we'll be using it a lot more in the future, and maybe adding some improvements to it. Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, that was a huge reason that we could actually finish the project. If I'm being honest. Yeah.
Hey, where are you going?
Was that drawn a grease pencil?
Yeah, the dead guy. This one.
Oh yes.
Yeah. This was grease pencil.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's dead. He's dead.
I'm really glad people like that part because that came from the lazy side of my brain.
Yeah, we were.
That was Dylan whistling too.
Oh yeah, the sound effects. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember that. Yeah, if you guys listen to the.
Wait, that's just you whistling? That's so funny.
Yeah. That's just you whistling.
Damn.
I told Shane, I was like, we just need a whistle. Oh no, because Saran, you sent a reference that was like a whistle sound effect from like, I don't know, JJK or something. And I was like, Shane was like, I don't know where we're gonna get that sound. And I was like, what do you mean? I'll just make it. Like, I'll just whistle. It's fine. It's like it's just a guy whistling. Like I'm pretty sure the guy
whistle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Olympic level whistler here.
I am a whistler. That's me. I'm the whistler.
Oh, someone's requesting that you whistle live so that
just to prove it. To prove it. Oh God. I don't know if the mic will pick it up. Let's see. I don't know if you guys heard it.
I didn't hear anything.
But I think the stream might have heard it. Let me turn off noise canceling. Hang on.
Oh yeah, some people heard it. So like...
Yeah. Oh look at that! Hey.
Oh, applause.
Yeah. If I turn off noise canceling. Yeah, there you go. They can hear it. You guys can't hear it. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool.
I get so many filters to turn off. Anyway.
The whistle filter on.
Yeah, there's a whistle filter. It's annoying because it's like whistling actually gets filtered out of like noise suppression a lot. And I know in Discord it just gets filtered out. And I'm like, oh, that's lame. But whatever. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry for suggesting that. I didn't know it'd be hard to find a whistling sound effect.
No, I took like 5 seconds. We're good.
It worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out. Now we know Dylan's a talented whistler.
Exactly. There we go. We'll keep that in our back pocket now.
That's me. I'm the asset librarian. Yeah. But yeah, so that's how we got the whistle, and it worked out pretty well.
Oh, yeah. But basically, I didn't want to animate the dude like getting hit and reacting and like falling over.
Yeah.
So I think in the daily, like before I did the shot, I told him he's gonna get hit and he's gonna turn white. And they're like, okay, he can crumble. Like I don't know what the suggestion was, and I was like, no, he's just gonna like fade away. And then the ghost will leave him.
Yeah. I remember that discussion. I was like hesitant. I was like, I don't know. We'll do that for now, and then we'll come back to it if we have any other ideas. And then we finished the video.
Looks like we had no other ideas.
We did not have any other ideas. It was a great idea.
But I'm glad people liked it.
Yeah. I'm glad as well. You guys are saying I should make that the dono sound? Like the whistle sound should be the dono sound? I'll do it. Idea. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. Who drew it? Oh, it's Serena. Serena just drew it. Yeah.
I did. Grease pencil.
Grease pencil. You also animated the ghost.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, good boy. Look at that. Oh, by the way, I remember like first looking at it, I was like, does he have a mustache? I was like, oh wait, no, that's the face mask.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna. Oh, you know what? because I think he was originally supposed to be another like archer.
Oh, he was.
But I didn't want to draw his hat.
Ah,
I think that's why I think I switched it.
That's fair. That's fair. He does look like the Pringles man. I thought he was the Pringles man at first. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. It must be.
Hey, where are you going? You trying to leave me here without
Nice
paying
mixed
me?
frame
This
and a
is
Mixed
job
frames,
without
yes.
winning.
We can talk about that more in the next one in the car. That's a fun one. Mixed frames. People seem to like it, which is good.
Well, I guess that's one way
Yeah,
to
I
do
was
the
really
job.
happy people like received that well. That's something I am passionate about.
Yes, I agree. I like it a lot too. Let's see. I think maybe we can talk about this explosion just preemptively because Cody did a great job with it, and we also have a lot of explosions in this video. So I figured we could talk about sort of what we did for the explosion and how we got it to look so good, because I think these are some of the best 3D explosions ever, personally. And the smoke, we'll talk about the smoke. That's probably because it's on screen for longer. But yeah, Cody, what are your thoughts? Do you have any thoughts on how we did the smoke and any challenges that you faced?
Yeah, so like we did a whole new method for it. Looks like there's noticing that render error with the screen space ambient occlusion.
No, don't it's fine. It's fine. It's perfect. It's
But,
perfect.
like,
Perfect render.
It's
Yeah.
basically it uses the curvature node in Goo Blender or Goo Engine.
Yes.
And uses that to get the cavities to be shaded dark.
Yeah.
And like it's just like a bunch of particles with spheres on them or icospheres on them.
Yep. And yeah,
like it.
just to be clear, these are not cards. This is not 2D. This is fully 3D.
Oh yeah, although they're all 3D.
Yep.
The smoke turned out awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Every project, I'm just like, I don't know how you did that.
Yeah.
That looks amazing though.
It does look amazing. It really does. Yeah, so yeah, there's a real time, and we use the cavity shader. So the cavity is a function of the curvature node, and basically allows us to fake AO, for lack of a better term, which is ambient occlusion. Yeah, so it gives us a really nice shadow effect that emulates the smoke thing really well. So yeah.
Yeah, so you can see like on the left side of the smoke, it's all black. That's because
Yeah.
is in front of it, and
Yeah.
she's casting a shadow onto it. It shouldn't be doing that. I thought I fixed that, but I guess not.
Oh god, that must have been a sync error, probably. Oh no. Anyway,
Is that like curvature node stuff?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
possible in native Blender, or is that because of?
Oh no.
No, that's Goo Engine.
Nope, Goo Engine only. Yeah, the curvature node is specific to Goo Engine. And
Gotcha.
because it's a screen space effect, that's why we have this weird shadow issue. That is not supposed to be an issue. We already fixed it, but I think our files got overwritten and yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah,
but we're dealing with a lot of that.
A lot of render technical issues, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, it's a really, really good effect, and we'll get into it more once we get to the big explosions at the end, but I just wanted to give a preemptive preliminary overview of that.
Yeah, we didn't end up like fading out the smoke.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, we were thinking about doing that, but it looks good as it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also really like this wipe that you did, because this wipe is very 2D looking, and that's actually how did you do that? Because you obviously have like technically these spheres are particles and they're 3D, but you're wiping it almost like a 2D effect. So was that done with anything in particular, or was that just like transparency?
Yeah, so with the way the meshes are constructed, it's just a bunch of overlapping spheres. So like if you use actual transparency, what you get is you just see through.
You see the other spheres behind it.
You see through it. You just see like hundreds or thousands of spheres just layered in there. So like we used AOVs to output the color and the alpha as like two separate passes, and then in comp we use the mass of the alpha to cut it out, and so it looks 2D in the comp.
Yeah. Yeah, that worked out really, really well. Man, so many AOVs.
What is an AOV?
That's a good question.
AOV.
Yeah, what is that?
I have no idea what it
Arbitrary
says.
output variable or
Arbitrary
value,
output
something like
value. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's basically a thing in the shader that you can plug it into instead of the default material output. I can probably show you guys real quick. And what it'll do is it'll create a new output socket in the view layer, which you can then use as a pass. And basically you can tell it to be like, for this view layer, or whatever view layer it's on, or whatever, it will output a different material output than the standard one for as like a separate pass that you can then comp in differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like we're pushing the actual alpha settings from render to comp so that it layers correctly.
Yeah. It's basically it's just an extra pass, and then you can get like a black and white mapping of something. But yeah, cool. I Blender just opened. I'll just show you real quick. It's a super simple thing. You just go to the shading workspace, and then you go to output, AOV output, and then you just name it like stupid, because that's a good name. And then you could like it'll say that it's like, I don't know, like a normal shader here, you know, it'll be like I'm red or whatever. But like over here, it'll be, I gotta convert this. Hang on. Like it'll be green over here, but over here it'll be white. Or like, I'll make it red or whatever. And like when you render it, it'll show up green, or it's gonna freeze. I don't know. It could do many of things actually. It's probably gonna freeze for a while. You know what? Let's move on. So as you can see, it works. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have called it stupid. Oh god. What's the point? It's basically just to save on render time. Like you could technically create a duplicate object with a duplicate shader, but it's like, that is like way too much effort for like a simple thing. Thanks Trifecta, appreciate it. But yeah, it's like the only other way to do that really is to create a duplicate object with a duplicate shader. So what you want is you want to be able to take the same object and apply a different shader to it for render, so that way you can comp it in differently. It's just more efficient. Like it's just way more efficient to do that. And so AOVs become a really useful tool for, you know, post-processing essentially. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, render times as well.
Because Jam Prince asked if we had the previs. Do you want to show them the layout?
God, do I have that? I have that somewhere.
Do you have the layout?
I have it on the VSC Master for sure. I'm sure it's there. No, do I?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I don't have it.
Oh god, do I actually have it? That's a good question. Blender is doing that thing where I have to restart my computer in order to fix it. Only I have this problem. I don't know why, but it's like I have like just the Windows loading takes like forever for some reason. Anyway, but yeah, I'll show you guys the previs, but we'll show that at the end. We'll show that at the end. All right.
Well, I guess that's one way to finish a job.
Not quite done yet. Looks like we found the one who's been paying these guys.
Oh, this is the part where we were gonna talk about this thing. Yes, I remember.
Sound effect.
Perfect. Cody did the sound effect. Yeah. It's a pretty simple effect actually, right?
Yeah, it's basically just a mesh with either shape keys or warp modifier. I think both. Like I use shape keys to get like just the general shape of like, it's basically a plane, and then it like the shape key makes it rise up into that mound. So like it animates that so it grows, and then I think there's like a scrolling displacement on it, so it's kind of like the sand's rolling as it's moving.
So it's not fully static.
Yeah, and the same thing for there's like two trails on the sides of it, so it's like his foot is digging in. And then the pebbles are just geonodes, fake particle system.
Yeah,
Dust is the same as the explosion earlier. It's just shaped differently.
Right. So yeah, so these dust trails are separate, and then you have the main mound in the front. Are the two mounds on the side, like the two trails on the side, are those separate planes, or is that the same plane?
Yeah, they're separate. Yeah, they're separate planes.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, that worked really good.
You could make them one. It's just
Yeah,
it's gonna be flat shaded. You're not gonna notice that they're separate.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, it sounds like it's mostly just a displacement modifier that really gave it life and like just a shape key to get bigger, and that was it. So no geonodes. There was some geonodes for the particles, but that's could have been a particle system as well. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I am surprised at how like I don't know if simple's the right word, but like that seems like I could do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I
Yeah.
feel like effects are always like, oh, it's some technical thing that I'll never know how to do.
Sometimes it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
You can definitely fall into the trap of like trying to figure out a super complex or
Yeah.
way to solve a problem when just a mesh with displacement. It's not.
Yeah. Oh,
This
man.
was Shane's first blender shot in a while, right?
Yes, that's true.
So
Oh yes, a first all blender shot as well. Right?
Yeah. How'd you like the car rig, Shane? Was it good?
it was fun. It had the
drift control.
what was it? Yeah, you had the drift control. I used that a little bit, and then the swivel control or whatever that was.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, those are both actually suggestions from Ramen. So shout out to Ramen.
And the steering wheel actually turns the wheels, so that was fun.
It does. That was so extra. I really shouldn't have. I shouldn't be doing that, but like I just can't resist doing it.
The flights.
It was
Yeah.
fun. So.
Yeah. So like in case you guys are curious, like I rigged up the car just from scratch, just like a standard rig. Yeah, I rigged it up so that when you turn the steering wheel, the wheels turn. Nobody's gonna care or know about that because you never see them in the same shot. But I just felt like that seemed appropriate. I don't know. Is maybe the most intuitive way to turn the wheels at the very least? So we got some wheel turns in there. Yeah.
Because that's like even back in RVB, that's what Monty did on the Warthogs. He made
Oh
the wheels
really? Oh
turn
man.
from the steering wheel. So like
Nice.
just a little detail that only the animators are gonna know.
Yeah. It's
fun.
it's a nice feature. It's a fun feature. But yeah, I have a lot of fun doing that. I did it for CK2 as well. So for the bikes, technically, like if you turn the handles, it'll also turn the wheels. But we never used it because turning the wheels would literally destroy everything because of like the wheel loops being broken and stuff. So like I was like, oh oops. That's bad.
You know that. I think I only animated the previous ones.
Yeah. We ended up just going with the previs like animation because like it was just like the leaning that we really wanted. But, yeah.
So do you like animating in Blender more now, Shane, or is it still funky?
Yeah, how's that experience?
I still like working in Poser because I can go a lot faster. But
yeah,
Blender is like I can do everything.
It's smooth. Like I think it's like it's a nice workflow. I won't say smooth because I know you ran into a lot of issues. But
There's just a lot more control you have over everything. So it's like
yeah.
I feel like it does feel like rocket science to me.
That's
It's a
fair.
dramatic door slam.
Other people who are used to it are like, oh, this is nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just a baby.
Nah. It just takes a little while to get used to for sure.
Blender baby.
And where did the background go for this?
Oh, it's just
there's
out
like
of-
one
it's just out
shot
of
in the
frame.
sequence.
Pleasure.
Oh.
Yeah. I got a few questions on that too because it's like it's here, but it's not here. It's just because it's two different angles and two different focal lengths. So like it just it's just really unfortunate because in this one you can technically see it. You see it in the back on the bottom below the guy, but the focal length is really low. So
Yeah.
you're
And
actually
it's an up angle too.
exactly. So you're actually pretty close to the character. So the background's pushed really far away. And so like a slight upwards angle actually like pushes it completely out of view. Whereas like this one, like
100mm on the next one.
yeah, it's like a really high millimeter. I think it's actually like 240 or something.
It's two. Yeah, I was gonna say it's two something.
God damn.
Yeah, it's a really high focal length because it's a comedy shot. So you want to flatten as much as you can because it's like keeping that distance from the audience helps sell the comedy better. So like
This
you flatten it. This shot was great, by the way. This was Sarandon. And Ramen also with the facial expressions too. But yeah, anyway, let's watch this again. We got some questions about the tethers too, so we'll go over that.
The strings.
Yeah.
Strings, wires, tethers.
Whatever they're called. Yeah. This shot's great. You kept changing.
Still on the
Yeah.
face, still on the face.
Yeah, like every file, it's going to be like something different. It's either strings or wires. I couldn't pick one.
Who knows? Who knows what they're called? But yeah, this animation was great. The face was great. This is Ramen's face, right? Ramen, you did this face?
Yeah.
Perfect. It's literally perfect.
That encapsulated everything I wanted. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, this face. Oh, this face is great. Oh man. Yeah, not moving the camera also helped. And so yeah, so the idea for this shot was basically just to make them feel like they are criminals first for a scene. Yeah, so when it comes to the tethers, I think Cody could probably answer this a bit. The tethers are a very interesting solution. We actually use geonodes to a decent degree. I think it was pretty heavily geonodes related, right?
I mean, all of them do have some geonodes.
Fair.
Like there's a lot of different
Yeah,
parts or like solutions. Like
True.
some of them are just like a Bezier curve, and then like geonodes wraps around it. Some are just all geonodes. Some are hooks. Like yeah.
Yeah.
All different solutions, and like they're not all one mesh. Like this one, the wires that wrap around them are one setup, and then the two wires that she throws are different setups. Like they're not actually connected.
Are those did you use curves at all, or because I know I used curves as like a reference. But...
For this one, I think the ones that she throws out are curves, and then the ones that wrap around him.
It's just geonodes.
Might just be geonodes.
Yeah,
because
fair.
there's. Well, yeah, I don't know.
It's all a blur now.
remember.
yeah. That's fair.
I think that one's geonodes, the shrink wrapping one.
Got it. Yeah. So I know one thing that you did that was really cool was like this actual like wiggle effect. That was procedural, right?
Yeah, that's part of the geonodes. So
yeah.
like the actual curve that is like animated with hooks or whatever is just straight, but
yeah,
the wiggling is a geonodes displacement added on top.
That's super nice.
Mm.
Yeah. So it reduced the amount of animation we'd had to do for that kind of like retraction animation, and we used it quite a bit in a couple things. Yeah.
Especially in when she throws the strings out to Dea as she's like flying by in the car.
Oh, he's so flat there.
Oh my god. I didn't even realize. Oh geez. That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be using geonodes quite a lot in future projects as well. So that's gonna be fun. Ramen, what is this? Should I look at it?
Oh, that's just playlist with the word bonk instead of the.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at it. I'm watching it.
Get him.
This is before any sound effects. Oh man.
Weren't we debating keeping that into?
We were debating that. We were debating. We were like Spider-Verse. We could Spider-Verse it. We could. This is great. God, I love the shot. The shot was great. It turned out really good. At the beginning, we were just like, yeah, and this is the part where they. I'll show you the layout later. Where they jump him. So that's fun. Okay, let's see. Where's my other file? I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah. And I mean, no, I saw pretty much 0 comments on it. I don't know if anyone noticed. I don't know if it's worth bringing up.
Oh no.
I don't think the car doesn't have door handles.
Ah, yes. No one noticed.
Tesla.
No one actually noticed. So we just sort of like, boom. And it was like, it was fine. So technically, Kaz did model door handles in after you mentioned it. And I was like,
oh, did he?
But they're like not in the right spot. So I was like, we're just gonna forget about it. Because like,
yeah, I think yeah, when I was animating it, I was like, there's no door handle, so I'm just gonna put it like at this little divot.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the perfect spot for it. But we put it a little bit to the left. You can kind of see it just slightly outlined right around like that, like to the left of her hand. It's so tiny. You probably can't see it on the stream. But yeah, it's there. Yeah, can you see the inside of the door? Technically, yes. Technically. But it's like just blue. I don't think that's. Yeah, I think that was an accident. I don't think I actually paid attention to that part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, And I feel like as far as animating goes, like this one was probably the most challenging one for me.
Oh,
Like,
that's fair.
more than anything. I don't know why, but animating someone getting into a car is just very difficult.
Yeah, I can see that. It turned out really good though. It was really good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah, I love the
Yeah.
shot. Man.
You know,
I lo-
people get into cars differently. Like some people get in head first, and some people get in butt first.
Yeah.
Who
I
the
would jump
hell
through the
goes in
window.
head first?
I get in head first.
You get
And
in
so
head
like when I was
first?
recording and then I was recording reference and I'm like, this is way too complicated. I can't animate her going in head first and then like doing a
Bruh.
mini stand and then sitting down. Like,
Oh
no,
my
I'm not doing all
god.
that.
What the hell? Oh no. I'm butt first. I'm butt first all the way. Okay, I gotta do a poll in the chat. Guys. Okay, guys. Okay. What? Okay, so type 1 for if you're butt first, type 2 for head first. Okay.
Come
I
on,
didn't know-
twos,
First.
represent.
I did not know this was a thing. I had no idea this was a thing.
I didn't know either. I had like a 50-minute debate with my friend on Christmas.
No
about this.
way. Oh my god. That I am wow.
Wait, if it's butt first, does that count as foot first? And
Yeah.
butt?
Foot
first?
foot
Oh
first.
yeah, I guess well, everyone
You
is
don't
foot
sit
first,
down
I
first
assume.
and then
Sure, wait,
swivel.
wait. Surely everyone is foot first.
Yes. We can all agree on that, right?
Surely.
Hand first?
Okay.
Well, sometimes it's hand first if I'm driving.
I don't do hand first. I don't do.
You step on the gas pedal immediately.
Oh god. Oh my god. I guess I do. Maybe I put hand on like the frame.
What is
Yeah.
chest first? Are you like doing like a chest bump
Guiding
into
him.
the car?
Yeah.
This
Chest
is
bump.
gonna
Chest
ruin
bump.
me. I'm gonna think about this every time I get into a car now.
I know. Me too. Holy crap! I didn't know this.
You're welcome.
Wow. I am. It looks to me like most people are 1. I'm getting a lot of
Alright, well,
ones in chat.
I'll learn to change.
Wait,
No.
how does head first work then? Like, do
I
you
don't know.
crawl in like it's a cave, and then once
You just kind of stick your
butt's
head
far
in,
now?
and then you stick your head in, and then you do like a little mini stand, and then you put your other foot and you sit down.
What the
And
hell is a mini stand?
I don't know. Like you shift your weight onto. You're like sort of mini crouching standing. I don't know.
Bro, wait.
Do you step on the seat?
Wait, do you stand on the seat?
No. You put your foot in where your feet go.
Okay.
You're not a degenerate. What are you talking about?
Oh, God. I'm just
I
like
do not put feet on my seats.
you're just like crouching like Gollum, like in your car. Like yes.
Actually,
Oh my
I just
God.
get in through the window every time. That's what I do.
I believe it.
Jackie Chan.
Just jump through.
Oh my god, I have to try this later. Anyway, that's good to know.
You might be too tall for it.
So how did you get reference for this? I'm actually curious.
Well, I tried to record myself getting into the car that failed, and then I didn't want to go outside again, so I just recorded myself sitting like on the couch from the side.
Oh.
Because my couch doesn't have like arm bar stuff.
Right. Well, that worked out.
Yeah. And, like I was watching it, I animated it. I'm like, this is like good enough, right? This is good enough.
I mean, it definitely is good enough. It works pretty well.
Yeah.
But I'm just impressed that you animated this without getting in the car yourself this way. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't want to go outside again.
That's fair. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. Next time, I think would have. Get
Fair.
your reference as close to your animation as possible. Don't be like me.
I mean, it worked out pretty well. It was good. Your reference clearly worked out. So nice. Let me turn the volume back up. There we go.
Is our ride out of here?
Shout out to that random dude who made the foot compilation on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody made, oh god, do you have that video? Someone made a video. It was an edit of this video where they just cut these shots in there. And I'm like horrified because these are the shots I paid the least attention to. Right? There's no shading in these shots because I was too lazy to fix the look dev for just like 2 shots. And I was like, it'll be fine. It's only 2 seconds. No one's gonna care about like what these shots look like.
Was there a reason? Oh, it's called lip pedals. Okay, I just thought someone really liked feet or something.
This guy's YouTube channel is all pedal shots.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the
Fair
pedal shots? Okay, well that's good. But yeah, he just yep, there's a pedal shot. And yep, there's another pedal shot. There you go.
I don't even know how you found this, Cody.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh man. There,
I was
this
just looking for reaction videos.
yeah, that's fair.
And that's
Or my
Looking for pedals.
This channel
upload
is
date.
this channel is something. Upload. Oh, that's smart
Le
actually.
Pedals.
Oh my god. Oh yes, an anime for Ruby back in the day, I believe. That's true. That's a good point. All right, well there you go. That La Pedals. There you go. Kind of curious. What? Wait, his banner is Yelan's foot.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That's not even his most recent video. Oh, this is horrifying. Because I'm just gonna be honest, guys. I don't like these shots. There's really bad shots.
Okay, he has one for the bad guys too, but that one's only 6 seconds. So we have more pedal shots
We
in
have
our
more?
5-minute short than there is in like an hour and a half movie. That's
Oh
crazy.
my god. Wait, where's the bad
We
guys?
all
one?
subscribe. We'll push him to 1,000.
Oh my god, you're right. We can do it.
Bet, I'll do it.
I'm doing it.
Spirit bomb this man.
I did it. I mean, he deserves something for putting the banner there. I mean, it's a nice gesture.
Go.
There you go. You guys can.
Sorry, Dylan,
My
advertising
man.
on your Twitch.
How could you? But yeah. So anyway, basically, like, I was going to make it a lot more pretty originally, but yeah, the textures are really bad. The look dev is really bad. There's no shadows or anything. And I was like, oh, we don't have time to fix this shot. It was literally at the very end. Like, I mean, Cody knows. Cody and I were, by the way, like, man, I don't even know how to describe it. We were just like, we just lived here in the Discord for like a week or two, and
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
that was intense.
there were points where I was like, "Are you guys okay?" I went to sleep and woke up, and you guys are still here.
Oh yeah, that definitely happened probably multiple days in a row. I was not sleeping very much. I know Cody wasn't sleeping very much. We were just trying to get all the renders out, and I was like trying to get this look. I was like, should I fix the look dev? It's like a whole list of things, and I was like, this is the thing I'm not doing. Like, this is out of all the this is probably the only thing I compromised on significantly, honestly. I don't even know why I'm looking at it. Let's not look at it anymore. Okay, it's gone. Anyway, but yeah, anyway, let's La Pedals. All right, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then shout out to the guy who was like critiquing the fact that our wheels were smooth tire wheels.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
That did not cross my mind until someone said it. And I was like,
Yeah, they don't even have tread. Like, I don't. Technically, they're super smooth.
They're fancy.
They're not
Sumerian wheels.
Yeah, they're definitely not sand tires, but you know, super high tech. You never know. I mean, you guys don't understand cars better than these fictional car experts do. Got them. All right.
True.
Don't let them get away.
You sure you know how to use this thing, right? I mean, we're going pretty fast.
Oh yeah, how did you guys end up doing that mirror shot, right?
Oh God.
Like, did you? Because you guys wanted to comp it in originally. Did you guys end up doing that, or?
We did comp it in, yeah. So we comped it in, but we were just a little lazy, so we didn't actually render a new pass. So this is actually just the next shot scaled up. Yeah, you could tell the resolution's not like great, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I asked, 'cause
wait,
I
hold on.
remember.
Oh, I got a raid. Recoil. Hey, thanks for the raid, dude. Thank you. Anyway,
But yeah, no. The reason I asked is because I remember it was like.
wait, hold on. The music is still going. This music is way too long. Hold on. Hang on. It's still going. It's still going. I blame Streamlabs. Streamlabs, they only gave me that option, I promise. Anyway, thanks for the raid, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome, Raiders. Anyway, Serena, you were saying, yes.
Oh yeah, no. The only reason I was asking is because I think like it was like the day before the deadline, or like the day of the deadline, and it just still wasn't done.
It wasn't
And I was
done.
like, we're gonna animate a shot and render it and then comp it in? Like, what?
And
I was just wondering how he ended up doing it.
And we did. Technically, the shot before this was already animated. Like, we had Ramen actually did get a camera angle ready for us, but we just did not have time to render it. We were like, we can't. Like, we had so many other shots to worry about. And I was like, yeah, let's just reuse the other shot. So if you actually look at this shot, like just look at these like shapes here. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the applause, Truecast. Look at these shapes, and then like here, you'll notice like it's the same shapes. I feel like if I tab between the two really quickly, you'll see it's exactly the same pixels. So yeah, we just zoomed in on it, and it worked out fine. Like you can't really tell, and it was just a super short shot.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, but it's comped. You
Yeah.
can see there's pixels on the edge, which is also bad, but we won't worry about that. Yeah. We comped it in. I actually did add this highlight in manually, so that's actually a mask in After Effects. So that was one of the things we added. A little bit of effort. It was done.
Pretty fast.
Oh, this is actually a great shot to show you guys the motion blur on the ground. So this was a really cool effect that we just did, sort of like as a last minute thing. Where like, let's just add a giant refraction plane on the entire background, perfectly molded to the ground, and then on top of that, use set depth to push it up so it doesn't clip for sure, and then add motion blur to it so that it distorts everything underneath it. And surely that won't cause any issues. Surely that won't cause any issues. And it looks really, really good. But Cody and I, we had, man, so many issues. It turns out, so because what I did basically was I pushed, or I guess I should say I pulled the depth with the set depth node, which is a Goo Engine specific node. The set depth node allowed us to pull the depth of it a little bit closer to camera, and I think I actually pushed it up in Z space. You can control that too. So I used world space instead. So I pushed it up in Z space, and what that did was it just elevated it from the ground. But I was like, just to be safe, I'm just gonna elevate it like 2 meters or something. I was like, it'll be like not that high, but it was pretty high. And what that did basically was it ensured no clipping, but it also ensured that it was still in front of the camera. So I was able to get that to work out pretty well and balanced. And then occasionally, if we didn't have like the right thing turned on, we would just see the ground. The ground was just like in the car. It was like bisecting the car. I think like a couple of the characters were like buried in sand because I had offset it so much, and it was just like clipping everything. So that was a thing. And then we also had a couple other issues. I can't remember. Cody probably remembers better than me.
Yeah, it's like the big issue was the library overrides, because like
Yeah.
it was adding a new collection to the background, and like that collection was getting turned on for all the view layers when it shouldn't be, and like it kept messing up and undoing our work. So we'd get renders back where half the car was missing in its render paths because the refraction was there when it shouldn't be.
Yeah. So basically, because it was elevated so high, when it didn't work, when it was broken, and it happened to be like masking out other things, it would mask out way too much, and we lost half the car. The bottom half of the car was just like invisible in a lot of shots. Oh yeah, that was fun.
And the other issue was that like it made the shadows not work as well, I think. Like it
Yeah. Well,
because
yeah, it would blur the shadows.
we couldn't have the characters in the background pass with it. Like it would always work. It crashed a lot.
Yeah. Cactus just played the Hello Darkness. I appreciate that, Cactus. It's pretty accurate. Yeah. So that cost us a decent amount of time, actually. But it looks good, so that's great.
There's also the effect on the wheel. It's like,
The wheel was a whole
spiky.
thing. Yeah, the spiky wheel.
There was a
effects.
long time spent on that.
Yeah, we had to figure out a good solution for it, but it worked out pretty well. It was good. It's fully procedural effect, by the way. It's not 2D. It's just a shader with a plane. Yeah.
Oh, your test tube.
Apparently.
Oh, my test tubes. I can kind of see them there, huh? I guess so. Oh, there was a test tube effect. Oh, I could probably show you guys a test tube effect.
It's in the work in progress.
Yeah, if you guys are in the Discord, you will have already seen the test tube effect without knowing that it was for this project. But take a look at these test tubes. I got a really cool like shader going on here. So it actually looks like liquid inside of it, and it will dynamically move around and adjust. And that was actually, let me see if I can find it. Oh, sneak peeks. Yeah, so what I did was I did it dynamically in the shader. So you can kind of see it here. So this is a real-time shader. There's no geometry at all. So you can see in the wireframe, there's no geometry for the actual liquid itself. That's all fully shader based, and it's automatic. It's not, you know, I don't have to animate anything. It's just there and it just works. Yeah, so this was inspired by the Half-Life Alyx shader, which is pretty famous because yeah, when that came out, people were like, how does this happen? And it's like a liquid inside of a bottle, and like they did basically the same thing. Yeah. And so I just was like, oh, I'll figure out how to do that. And so I sort of like, I actually figured out most of it myself, and then I looked up another thing, and I was like, oh, so that's how, and then like bam. And so like the biggest thing that I got from like the tutorial that I happened to read for like 2 seconds, it's a really, really simple effect. It's just the top is actually not a real thing. The top surface is not a surface, it's actually just backface culling, and it's just a hollow tube. So like the light purple on the top, it looks like a surface. Yeah, you're actually seeing the inside of the purple side, but the opposite side of it. And then you make that a shadeless texture, so you can't tell that there's depth there, and it just looks flat. And then the mind fills in the blanks. And yeah, I made the shader. It's not too hard. And then the bubbles and stuff are also just a procedural noise texture that's like moving along the normals or whatever. Is the shader something that's in the Goo engine? I mean, it's technically possible in standard Blender. I don't think there's anything that I used that was specifically Goo engine. So yeah, you could totally do it. I mean, I could probably throw this on Patreon somewhere, because we're gonna start releasing some assets on Patreon pretty soon. So like, if you guys want to grab the shader later, I just throw it up on there. Probably easy to do. But yeah, it's a really simple effect, honestly. But it's super effective. So if you look at this, you can kind of see how it looks in action. Yeah, it looks alive. It looks alive.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
A couple. Yeah, and then a couple shots before this, I think there was like another part of the video that people really liked, which was Dia's like face.
Oh yes, I like that shot.
Which I think that was the thumbnail too.
It is a thumbnail. You're right. Yeah. So this is the shot. This is a big shout out to Serana for getting the mouth shape suggestion, because that was.
I think I have the.
Yes.
So cute.
It's super cute.
Oh yeah.
And
I think I have the drawover I did in the daily.
Yes, please show me that. Yeah. So this was the original face that I animated, and then Serana was like, I feel like feels more like this. He just drew that.
Yeah, it's some of this stuff is like, I'm not really good with words, so I don't know how to describe some of this stuff, and because I'm like chronically online and on anime Twitter a lot, it's like I'm like, I don't know what to call this face other than Bingus.
Bingus? Wait, where did you get Bingus from?
Bingus is just like, I don't know, that's what they post, like really cute. It's like a lot of like cute girl shows that post like pictures of them doing like dumb faces, and they'll be like Bingus. So that's it's called the Bingus face.
Oh wow. Okay,
Bingus.
well, that's good. It's good to know. Now
Google
I know.
Bingus.
Last time it was mouth bags. Now it's Bingus.
Now it's Bingus. That's the one. That's the one. Oh god.
What I
man.
searched up is not what I see right now on screen.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, fair enough. Ninja says, if we join Patreon memberships later, would we be able to access older content or only content from when we oh yeah, you can access all the older content. Yeah. Yep. That's how it goes.
This is more in line with what Shane's thinking.
What in the heck is this? That's not Bingus.
Wait, what?
What is this? Oh, it is a cat. Couldn't tell at first. Oh
That's my buddy Ardia.
my god. What is this?
She's the drunk Bingus from Bochi.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. I still need to watch Bochi. I really want to watch it.
You do. It's good.
Yeah, I've heard such good
Dracula
things.
watched it. Shout out to
Very
Dracula.
good.
Oh, man. How many episodes is it?
It's 12.
Wow.
That's it?
Yep.
Man, I gotta watch the whole thing. Is it done or is it just season 1?
I mean, I certainly hope there is a season 2.
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
But like, yeah, in the sense of it being a complete story, yeah, it's all done.
Nice. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, but I love this face. That was really good. Okay, let's move on.
Dragblad was asking about the potion trails.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that because we actually have the next shot, which is gonna be the big kahuna. Yeah. So these trails. Yeah, Cody, take it away.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
what?
the
Well, that's a anyway.
the smoke is just cards, so like very simple cards, but
Yeah.
like you can deform the geometry in order to get it less 2D shapes and more give it a little bit of 3D feeling. But the trails are all mesh trails.
Yeah.
I think they're basically normal mesh trails because like I use mesh trails a lot in this, and sometimes it was like unique ways of using it, like
with
that I
GeoNodes?
hadn't used before. Yeah, like I use GeoNodes to basically drive it, to use that as a curve to drive some of the smoke deformation. But this is pretty normal. For the purple one, it's just like I think I put a solidify modifier on it and then like a noise modifier to give it like some cloudy-ish details, and then it's like a basically a layer weight to give it a like kind of an electricity feel to it, like to get the rim of the displacement.
Yeah. Man, we use mesh trails a lot in this animation.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't think this is mesh trails. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mesh trails was good. It saved us a lot on a couple things. Not just this one, but I think one of the coolest ones is it allowed us to do the sand trail that was generated after like behind Dia's like snowboarding. So like
yeah.
the whole snowboarding effect was only possible because of mesh trails. I mean, we could have done some weird stuff with it, but yeah, it was really helpful to get like the correct fall off path and everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Because we're using, well, I don't even know if it's in the new one, but like we're using 3.3 for this, and there's the whole simulation nodes thing being added to geometry nodes, but I don't know if that's in any of the actual builds or like the newer versions yet, but we don't have access to it.
Yeah, not yet. That's true. But yeah, this is a crazy shot.
Ryusuke's shot.
Oh my god, what is that? What is that tiny dot?
Oh my god.
What?
It's there the whole shot. No!
That's something under the ground.
There's something.
I think that's a goon under the.
Yeah, that's like an extra character under the ground.
Oh, it's one of those cherubs.
Oh god.
Those beetles.
My heart. Oh,
Beetles.
We ruined
oh my god.
Ryusuke's shot, dude.
Oh
That's just a
no. Oh no. We gotta get a Blu-ray release.
Could that be
I'm deleting the video.
Yellen's bow?
We need to get some DVD retakes in here.
I swear to God, if it's Yellen's bow. I don't think it is though. I think it is a goon.
Oh, scarab. I was saying cherub.
Yeah, scarab. Oh god, that's annoying. That's so annoying. Anyway, we had a couple line art issues in this project, in case you guys couldn't tell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, look at this. Woo, yeah. How did we not see that? It's so obvious. Anyway. Lack of sleep will do that too.
Everybody was just
In the
tired.
Hoya Fair, in the Hoya Fair version, like there's so many errors.
It was worse. It was way worse. Yeah. Yeah, no one cared.
When
No one
she
cared.
pulls out the bow and arrow, like the arrow's just not there, but I haven't seen a single person notice.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh,
They were
man.
too busy simping for their queen.
Yes, exactly. All according to plan.
Or complaining about the sunroof.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
sunroof. People thought the sunroof was clipping. Bro, there's a sunroof. It's a sunroof. But we didn't really call attention to it, so it's fair. But yeah.
Was that sunroof added specifically so that the sword could fit in the car?
Yes.
Yeah, I think someone asked it earlier.
Yeah, to be fair, I think like I was also thinking about it from a continuity perspective because Dia gets on the roof later, and we were thinking about how she gets on the roof, but we never actually show that. So it was sort of like fine. But yeah, technically she's supposed to go through the sunroof to get to the roof. Yep, there you go. But this is a great shot. This was done by Ryusuke, who's an amazing animator. who
Amazing.
actually worked on Spider-Verse, and he's working on this project. He's so cool. Anyway, we ruined his shot, so that's fun. Hopefully next time it'll be great. It'll be perfect. But yeah, I mean, he did an amazing job with it. It's like, this is a super dynamic shot and kind of exactly what we needed for a car chase sequence, pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah, you want to talk about?
I want to point out too at that part.
Yeah.
The Wilhelm scream.
Hang on.
It's a high
Oh,
grade.
yeah.
Here we go.
Oh,
It started
didn't
with my
notice.
scream and then it blends with the Wilhelm.
Oh, that start
'cause I
is half
remember-
yours. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I remember hearing you guys talking about the Wilhelm scream. I was like, did they not put it in there? I didn't even notice that was in there.
Yeah, we did it. We did it. Yeah. Yeah.
Originally, I wanted to do it on Fatui's voice,
Yeah.
like with all the effects.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you send that one time? I remember hearing that.
It's
I did,
somewhere.
and then Dylan was like, "Oh, not the right part. We'll use it later." And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it ended up being on this scene.
Yeah. It was a good spot for it. I don't remember where the Fatui upload is, but we can take a look at that later. Yeah.
Shane Helm.
I don't even know like where. Yeah, it's the Shane Helm.
Yeah.
The explosion's really good too.
Yes, the explosions
Elemental
were really good.
explosions.
Yeah, there's so many different ones. It's just crazy. They all look really good. And that was because Sarandon basically went through the game and like got video footage, real life reference, in other words,
Mhm.
of the effects in the game. And Cody was like, "Okay, cool. I'm just gonna do that." And then it just worked out. And it worked out really
Oh,
well.
you could see the eyes through
yeah.
the car. The
Yeah.
Christmas eyes.
I just noticed that in there.
Yeah, I was gonna gloss over it, but I guess now it's like, yeah,
Well, you can see it through the guy too. That's crazy.
yeah. He doesn't even have line art on the mongoose. Actually, we don't have line art on mongoose. It should, but yeah,
Yes.
such is life. Man,
Yeah, that
so many.
I
line
mean,
art
like we fit all the comp in at in 2 days or something. So
yeah, it was 2
there's
days.
Yeah.
not enough time to like go through and just really
Yep.
clean
the
everything up. And
The schedule kind of bit us in the end. I think.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Did MiHoYo help with any aspects of the project? I mean, they were very
They tried.
accommodating because the original deadline was actually the 20th, and we didn't finish it till the literal day of. And so I have to say, like, they were very patient with us. So that's good. Other than that, like, they were mostly helping with like the log line, the idea stuff, you know, like getting the actual premise and everything like worked out. But yeah. Well, bam.
I'm borrowing this.
Hey, that's mine! You can't just take things that don't put that! What are you doing?
Oh yeah, that's the mixed frame shot.
It's the mixed frame shot. Hey, the mixed frame shot. We can talk about this a little bit.
smeared
I think
in
this is one of the first shots. No, maybe it
Yes.
wasn't.
It was one of the earlier shots, I think. I feel like I did it well. No, I actually
It
worked
was
relatively
pretty early, but
sequentially.
actually I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember anyway either. Oh man, yeah. So I animated the shot, and I was playing around with getting the mixed frames working. So you get, oh man, this is
The
fun.
mixed frames and the spheres. Yeah.
Yeah, so you get a couple smears. Cody helped clean these up a lot, so that was good. But you can kind of see they're being held on twos, and you get a lot of like smudging and squishing. But my main goal for the mixed frames here was really just to get something that felt like mixed frames, but not too kind of not too stiff essentially. And I was trying to like go back and forth. Sarandon's also really good at mixed frame stuff, so I was getting his feedback on some stuff. And
Yeah, when I saw you do this shot, and then I saw the like what you were going for, I was like, he's doing it. He's seeing the light. Yes.
yeah. Sarandon's been like slowly like sneaking in mixed frame shots into like some of the like other projects we've been doing, and I'd be like, yeah, that looks good. That looks pretty good. And Sarandon's like, yeah, that's good. All right, perfect. And yeah, for this one, I was like, yeah, we should do it. It's gonna look good. And yeah, I tried it, and it does look really good. I really like the shot a lot, and I think it added a lot of character, and I think gave a lot of good comedy, but also helped things feel more 2D just in general, which was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like with the sniffness you were talking about, one thing
Mm.
that we didn't really account for, but ended up being sort of a happy accident was once we added the bone dynamics in,
Yes.
it really helped with like just it being too stiff, like compared to the rest of the animation.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
It gave the impression of like a little bit of a moving hold too, which is like
Yeah.
it ended up feeling really, really good.
Yeah, Draclad asked a good question. Were the hair and clothes still on ones?
Yes.
Yep.
Spider-Man's
Wonder
did the
if,
same.
Yeah, for the most part. I think actually in the first mixed frame shot, they were technically a little bit more synced, but they had a couple of offsets, which was like where that came into play. But yeah, as in this shot, they're all in once. Yeah.
I like that facial expression too. That's really
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and the smears had a lot to do with it too. It's like just having these smears as an option in grease pencil, like yeah, it allowed us to just get a lot of good motion in there without too much effort. Oh,
Yeah, I think I know why the smears weren't there in that one, the earlier shot,
What did I do?
Sorenen's shot.
was it a render issue?
Because like I checked the pass and they're there. I think it's probably something in comp change the alpha or like use the alpha of the character pass.
Oh,
and
you're
Grease
right.
Festival doesn't have
Mm.
alpha.
I could send the
Yeah, do so.
Netflix version if you
Oh, that's a sad.
guess they want to see the smears.
Yeah, I'd love to see the smears.
I have to
Yeah. What is the feeling you're trying to accomplish with mixed frames? I mean, it's mostly just like mixed frames has this really nice like intentional 2D feel to it. And generally speaking, like it's actually really easy to do it poorly, which is why generally speaking I haven't really been a big fan of it. It's something that like if you don't really look at it from a 2D perspective and you do look at it from a 3D perspective and just try to limit the frame rate, it will look more robotic rather than more 2D. But the goal of mixed frames is specifically to make it seem almost more fluid in a way, even though it's not. So it's like you give this impression of like energy transferring from one pose to another in a way that makes sense with as efficient frames as possible. That's sort of the idea behind like 2D animators too. Yeah,
and like playing with the like frame rates is not, I think, anything new. Not even in 3D, but like I mean they do that in like live action stuff too. Like there'll be times when like someone's like dazed and then the camera's on like 7s or something and it looks really, really choppy.
Oh,
and so
whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, that makes sense.
They just like blend the frames.
Yeah, they blend the frames. Like so playing with the frame rate and stuff is like it's like all that stuff is a tool to help you like accomplish your intention, you know. So
yeah.
It's good to keep like everything you have in mind, all your tools when you try to make something.
Which is also why I one thing I do want to like keep in mind for like our projects. Me personally, I don't really want to let go of 24 FPS because I don't really believe that 2D animation has to be mixed all the time. So that's why for me, I think like getting the best of both worlds and using it where it's appropriate is really, really good. And then like when you have a really smooth animation, I think it's really cool. Like in certain cases, like where you can use it, like really, really subtle character acting and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys ever seen this, but like old films from like the old animators, like the 2D animators, like El Dorado and like Prince of Egypt. If you look at their like Genga, basically their sketches, like they animate on almost 24 FPS. It's like almost ones, and it's like really, really smooth 2D animation, and it looks fantastic. And they also have really, really good geometric fidelity. And I'm like, that looks good, but it's 2D. And it's something that I'm like, it's just not feasible to do for most things. And there's certain shots that will look really good at 24 FPS. So that's for me, like as a 3D animator, I think it's important to not get too sort of like heads down on like it has to look 2D, because 2D is, you know, broader than that, right? The aesthetic itself is broader than just the frame rate. So yeah.
I mean, ultimately, like we are making like 3D production, so it's good to.
Exactly.
I mean, like if we have 3D, might as well use it. I think like definitely the subtler acting shots, like there isn't too much of a reason, I think, for us to drop frames there.
It can benefit a lot from like
especially when we want like all the detail there, you know, like the micro blinks and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Barrett says, I've seen a lot of different directors use mixed frames for different emotions and some use it without intention, so it's kind of confusing sometimes. Yeah, I think that's the main thing is like not not having intention behind it is the most dangerous thing for mixed frames. So
Exactly.
yeah. All right, Serena, what is this? What do I got?
Oh, that's just the. I think that should have the smears. I think
Let me check it out.
I drew them in Christmas colors.
Oh wait, this is
Christmas
copyrighted music. Hang on.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Anyway. Man, this brings me back. Yeah, it's good
Oh,
times.
my temp effects too. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
copyrighted music. Oh my god.
It's from Mad Max, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so this is these are really good smears actually. You can kind of see them. And we don't really get to see them unfortunately in the actual we should. But like this is a cool effect on the feet. The hands here have a ton. So we get like bam. Man, I would have loved to see this. Bam. Bam. Hey, you know, we should probably just like remaster this and post it on Patreon. Because like that's probably the best place to put it. We can't really upload it on YouTube again because that's just too much. But it'd be kind of cool just to have that somewhere for you guys to look at.
Yeah.
Because we were gonna do a 4K release as well. So that's something that
Ooh.
yeah. I got Denny actually helped out with the upscaling for that. So we're gonna release the 4K version on Patreon as well. Might as well throw this in there if we can, but only if we have time. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, the smears look really good. They look really good.
Yeah,
Man.
I really enjoy drawing smears. That's like
Yeah,
one of the only parts of animation that's like really therapeutic for me. I can draw smears all day.
That's amazing. It looks really good. Yeah, so that is something we'll definitely need to get in there next time because I'm sad it's not in there. It's really unfortunate. Anyway, yeah, I'm probably not gonna fix the line art. You can just stare at the line art in 4K. Yeah, it's too much work.
Watch our mistakes in 4K.
Yep. But yeah, the smear frames are all grease pencil, by the way. They're all just hand drawn. Yeah, hand drawn.
Yeah, we don't have any like shape key distortions or anything like that. We do. I did notice that there's some like animation distortion.
Oh yeah, like in the bones, like the tweak bones and stuff.
Yeah,
it's very true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the only like actual distortion of the character that we do.
yeah, we do some of that. Like you can actually see that here in this shot. So you'll see that like this right here, I just break her arm. Like her arm's just totally broken. I just wanted a slightly smoother arc. I could have done this a lot better, but yeah, it's just like a very messy like round shape, and then it was like that just gives a bit more energy to the what are you doing? Anyway, whatever that's called. But yeah, nice. All right, let's move on.
Double!
We totally redid these effects. We did these.
Wait, what? Oh,
Yeah, so Cody and I, we originally did like just some pretty basic effects. I mean, they were pretty good, but like it was like the week before it was due. We saw this one cutscene with the Aelon that had like cooler effects for her bow, and we were like, we're gonna do that instead. And yeah, we just totally redid it entirely. Yeah. So wait, hang on real quick. Ramen sent me this. Oh my god, this is so good. Yes. Yes.
Classic James Baxter.
Baxter is like literally a god. I don't understand. But yeah, this is basically on ones. Like it feels like it's on ones. There's just so much movement, and it's so smooth, and it's hand drawn. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, there you go. That's what I mean. That's what I was referring to earlier. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't think we have a version of that, but basically, well, we probably do somewhere. But we redid the we had like some more splash effects. The bow is glowing now. We added this glow to the bow and arrow itself. Sorry, the arrow itself. We added this shiny.
I think the Hoyo Fair version is the old one.
It might be. It probably is.
I know at least portion of it is the old one.
Yeah, it's just a portion. I don't remember. I don't know where it is either. Anyway, so that was a thing. And we added a bunch of stuff. We also have bubbles too. Yeah. That shot was great. And by the way, even though it looks it, this is not a card either. This is also 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
It is actually insane. I honestly, I could be fooled. I would believe you if you said this was a card, because this looks almost identical to the cards that we actually have. Honestly. Yeah. That is so good. Oh man.
Just you owe me
Like you can
double
hear Shane in that screen.
That is is that you or me actually?
Oh man, now I want to go check the file.
Yeah,
I feel
so
like it's Shane.
Shane
It
and
might have
I
been you.
it might have been me.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
that's fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, Shane and I both did efforts for the goons. Oh man. Wait, we got some questions. Is it because parts like clothes and hair are moving on different frames, or the rest of it is still or something? No, it's mostly just everything. Everything was just moving for that one. The explosion is 3D. Yes, the explosion is 3D. It is fully 3D, and we'll talk more about the explosions later because we got a whole explosion shot later. But this is, yeah, this is all 3D technically. The darkening of it is indeed done in comp. Yes, the darkening of the screen. That was all hand animated in comp. I just did a couple of keyframes for the brightness. Yeah. Goose explosions? Oh, that's a throwback. Oh god.
I know someone earlier asked about the swing effects of of the sword.
Oh, it was Orion, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's just a mesh strip that's deformed into like a circle, and then it's just noise mixed into the UV gradients.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we did the sword smears basically how they do it in the game, right? So that those they're more
Yeah,
like
oh, yeah.
game like.
hmm Yeah, it's pretty much what you'd get in in a game, or it's
Yeah.
pretty standard. Just adding noise to a gradient and then
Yeah.
clamping it down.
But no textures. It's fully procedural. So that's a cool
all
thing.
procedural.
Yeah. Pretty neat. Pretty
That poor
nifty.
guy.
Yeah. The Voronoi putting in his daily work. That's exactly right, Barrett. Good old Voronoi.
But yeah, I know at some point people probably want to talk about the hair shadows.
Oh yes, the hair shadows.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, the hair shadows were some of the it was the coolest thing we did this project. I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
definitely one of the most impressive things. I think.
Yeah, because that's
Like a technical side.
from a technical side, it was like a solution that we were looking for the past like 2 years that just sort of like came to me, and I was like, I think this will work. And I tried it, and then it didn't work. And then Late was like, oh, just do this, and it worked. So I was like, oh my god. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. We'll talk about it in a bit, but just to give a quick overview, if you notice, there's really clean shadows from the hair. And we haven't really had that before. So like what it actually is a duplicate mesh of the hair, slightly scaled down, and then in the past we actually did a shrink wrap. So for Goo Boy, he's had hair. I mean, you can see hair shadows on my face right now. For Goo Boy, we had clean hair shadows. Those were actually shrink wrapped to the face, and that was like a raycast approximation. And it sort of worked okay, but it only worked for short hair, and it didn't work. It was like okay. And then for this version, what we did was we actually used the screen space info node, which is a Goo Engine specific node that allowed us to check what was behind the duplicate mesh, and then check the color of it, color key it so that it only exists in front of the face, and then change the color of the skin if it happens to be behind this duplicate mesh. And it was only based on screen space, so you get this really clean shadow because it's actually physically there. It's a polygon, but it looks like it's on the face even though it's actually floating in midair, and it doesn't actually clip or anything because actually we technically did a bit of a render alpha trick, but in theory the screen space info node takes care of most of it, where you actually have like the hair doesn't get the shadow because we've color keyed it to just be on the face. So it's a really cool technique that, I mean, it's the cleanest hair shadows I've ever made. So yeah, I mean that's a big thing, big thing. We had a couple people ask us about that, and I think it's the coolest thing from a technical perspective for sure. Because we haven't had hair shadows for 3 years. Except for Good Boy. Yeah. Yeah.
Give
Speaking of
yourself special
technical-
treatment, huh?
Yeah, Good Boy's the only one who got it to work because he has short hair. It's the only one. Hey, trifecta. Thank you for the applause. But yeah. Yeah, well, I guess actually that's all we really have to say for that for now. So I guess I mentioned all of it. But yeah, it's a pretty simple effect, but it goes a long, long way. Because I think without it, it would just look a little bit more, I don't know, simplistic? Yeah.
Yeah, like the other way of doing it, like you could do it with like comp, but you'd have to like
Oh, God, yeah.
deal with creating a mask that's just the face and like it'd just be.
It would take way too long. We didn't have time for that at all. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we wanted to do it. No time. Yeah.
Oh, I looked it up if you want to know.
Yeah, I'm curious.
That was me.
It was you?
I
Oh, it
knew
was
it.
you. Very nice.
I knew it.
I had to
Very
find out.
nice. Yeah, I am curious. I'm going to listen to it again. Hang on.
Took that long to open this session.
Oh, my God.
Just relax. You owe me double
Yeah,
anyway.
that does sound like you. That's true. I feel like we could probably talk about the dust at some point, Cody, because it's been in every single shot, but we haven't really had a chance to talk about it. It's probably
Yeah.
the most, I mean, complicated, I want to say. Like, the most complicated effect that we did. Maybe? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of the yelling stuff was all pretty straightforward.
Yeah, like even the ultimate stuff was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's just like there's just so much of it, but like
Yeah.
the actual individual elements were.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, this was all the dust effects are 3D, in case anyone's curious. So they were done in real time, and we used a similar effect, basically the same ideology as the explosion at the beginning, where we had AOVs for the alpha, and we just used 3D particles and the cavity shader. That was it.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, it's pretty much the same concept behind the explosions, but
Yeah.
just like just controlling a different shape for like path for the particles, just like emitting outwards and then expanding and giving it a little bit of turbulence.
Yeah, which
and
is
then just mixing in a dissipation at the end of it.
oh yeah. Did you use geonodes for that, or was it particles?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
nice.
geonodes. There was one shot I think that was actual particles because we needed the particles to move in world space as opposed to just
I see.
looking like going backwards.
Got
And
it.
that
Got
was
it.
the when they were driving away at
Got it. Yeah. I see. Makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, they turned out really good. I think the dust was like super important for actually getting this to look good.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
Jacklad asked a little while ago
Yes.
about screen darkening for explosions.
Yeah. I answered that question. It's all in comp. Yeah.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
It was like 2 seconds, but yeah, I did technically.
Which is something that we haven't done in other productions, right?
Actually, yes. It's actually one of the things I did in like Project Legendary. Like it's one of the most basic things
Oh wow.
that I could do in comp. It's like I never did any comp at all. But if I did do comp, it was basically just screen
But
darkening.
explosions.
Yeah, basically.
Nice.
So that actually is something I've been doing for a long time. It's a pretty simple effect. This time around, I actually used the exposure effect instead of the brightness contrast effect, which I think worked out a little bit better. It's a little cleaner, but
Oh, it looks great.
yeah. It adds just a little bit of oomph to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Barrett actually asks, what about the background? Is it a single long set or does it repeat? It repeats. It is a looping set. Yes. I'm
Definitely repeats. Yes.
quite proud of our looping sets. It's a staple of Dylan Goo videos at this point. We use treadmills all the time, and
yeah, if that was one long set, that would
it'd be so heavy.
yeah.
One cool thing actually about this is specifically how we got the background to fade, because if you basically our solutions for how we repeat the set is like, okay, I could probably show you guys. but I don't want to take up too much of your time. You know, I mean, you
We
guys,
got to see it.
you guys aren't here to see behind the scenes or anything, so you know, I would feel bad. Anyway, I'll show you. So basically, we repeat an instance, and that's how we do it. So what I did here specifically, we used to do a whole bunch of other stuff with like lattices and stuff, and that was like really messy and complicated. So instead of that, we have this, and this is actually, you guys can see, I'll actually share it with you guys too, might as well. So this is the set. I think this is actually the volumetric fog that we use. So ignore this cube here. Let me see if I turn that off real quick. There we go. But this is the set. So you can see here that we actually have, what is this? What is that? Oh, it's the smears. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so the way this works is it actually is multiple instances being repeated. So you can kind of see here we have like several of those and several of these or whatever. And they're being driven by a delta transform, which allows us to change based on the frame count of the timeline or whatever. It moves a certain amount of distance, and they're all offset perfectly to overlap with each other. Now, obviously, these are loopable by design, so you can see like this kind of intersects a little bit of that thing, and then yeah. The problem though is if you look at it in 3D space, the next instance blinks into existence. Actually, this is from, yeah, it's actually not, yeah, it's just, that's how it loops. So the blinking into existence was a big problem because while the rest of it, like if you look at this part, it's looping just fine, but the background would just suddenly change, and that would be bad. So we actually we had to make it so that it would fade perfectly, and that fade is not done with volumetrics, it's done in the shader. And I had to find a way to make it, because if you just make it transparent, it doesn't work. Because like Cody said, if you have a 3D object that's transparent, you just see inside of it. So you could see, like, I tried transparency and you could just see, it was just like transparent rocks, and it didn't look like, you know, it was actually fading away. So we actually used the screen space info node yet again. So the screen space info node allowed us to take the color of whatever was behind the object and just blend it in to the current shader. And so it just camouflaged it. So it's actually there, but it's the exact same color as whatever's behind it. And that's how we were able to get the fog to actually work. Screen space info node was like, I mean, kind of goated in this particular project. I mean, all of them were. We pretty much used every Goo Engine feature here in this project, including light groups and curvature node, cavity, screen space info node, the shader info node for sure. That was used a ton of places, especially for shadows. Yeah, I mean, it's just like we could not do this without Goo Engine. Like, that's just a fact. But yeah, you can kind of see it here now. So like it fades out. It's actually there technically, but you can, but yeah, it just takes the color. This is not that one. It just takes the color after a certain distance and just looks like it's invisible. It's invisible, but it's not. It's actually still there. So yeah, just a fun fact. Anyway, but back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Ha ha
ha. All right. But yeah, I like treadmills. Does the mist function of the camera not work for something like that? The mist camera, I mean, not really. We actually used camera depth for another thing in the shader that kind of worked, but you could only set like specifically just a random color. You can't actually set it, like you can set it as a solid color, but you can't set it as the world shader. So that was the biggest problem. We had a texture for the world that had like a really cool matte painting on it that Christoph did, and we couldn't get that world to show up, and so you could still see the outline of the thing. That was the biggest thing. So you could still see like the outline, which you can kind of see here too, but like we actually had it so that it could take the world shader input, and then it worked fine. Yeah, which includes like all the gradients and stuff in the world too. Yeah.
Oh, and since we're on the topic of backgrounds,
yeah,
we should give a shout out to Kaz as well.
Oh, absolutely. Kaz was huge.
Kaz did a great job.
Kaz and Yannick, Yannick, Christoph, they destroyed it. It was so good. So Kaz is our modeler. He's our environment modeler. He also helped out a little bit with the characters as well, which is great. So huge shout out to Kaz. And I think like, we were going back and forth on like this background for a little bit, but he got it done and pretty fast too, ultimately. Like there was like this treadmill looped perfectly. We got the interior looking really good, and then Christoph worked his magic, Yannick worked his magic, and then we got something just like looking really, really painterly, and it's all 3D. It's all 3D. It's crazy. So yeah. Man.
Oh yeah, the trigger shot. That was
a thing.
that was a thing. That was certainly a thing.
That was a thing. All right, let's move on. Let's keep talking.
Another Ryusuke shot.
Yep, this is Ryusuke. Yeah.
When I saw his work in progress for the shot, it's like, oh man, he's like a real animator. He had his reference in the file, and it was like moving around and stuff.
Yeah,
he's such a good actor.
He recorded himself like on his chair, and then like he even like animated like himself like falling back away.
Yeah,
that was so
animated,
good.
Like the empty.
Yeah. It was so good, and it's like, man, that's just straight up.
That's what real animators do, not me.
Yeah. Also, let's talk about the voice, Shane. The Fatui voice. Ninja says the voice for the Fatui sounds like the one in game. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
How'd you do that, Shane?
Oh man, super secret. Actually, I heard the voice. I had to look up the voice in the game, and I was like, wait a minute, that sounds like Vocal Synth 2. It's like an isotope plugin. So I tried it, and then I started speaking through it, and like the 5th preset in, like, holy crap, did they just use that preset?
Oh, no.
So like I just used it.
No.
I can't say for sure, but like it sounded like it. So
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
In a rush.
Yeah.
So is it like a really popular preset or something? Or do you just have like a lot of sound experience where you're just like, this sounds like this thing?
It just sounded like it to me, and like it's not a super new tool, but it's like new enough. Like I imagine like
it's pretty popular.
The engineer, whoever did it, just like threw it on there because I don't think there's a lot of plugins that are used for vocal stuff like that. But that one's like specifically for that type of thing. So
wow.
The fact that you like heard that, recognized it, and immediately did it is like,
yeah,
that's knowledge. You know what I mean?
That's just plugin 35 from
this.
Blah, blah.
The Doi, everyone knows that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a plugin addict, so.
Yeah, that was amazing. Because honestly, I can only imagine recreating this from scratch. I'm sure it would have taken a while, but that plugin is goated. We also used it for CK2, if I remember correctly, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Or the bad guy, I forgot his name.
Yeah, did he have a name? I don't know. Anyway, yeah.
Raven King.
It was like Stretch or something. Was it Stretch?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Stretch. Yes.
Yes, that was the same plugin.
Yeah.
I'll be taking this back. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Hey, come back here. The treasure box. The Fatui's taking it.
This is the one. The trigger shot.
Yes.
The trigger shot. I mean, there's not much to say about it, but man, it was one of the last shots we did because I basically was like, when we storyboarded it, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a really cool shot, and I don't know what's gonna happen yet. So we're gonna figure that out. And then I originally sent it to Ramen, and I think Ramen was like, what?
I got hella confused. I was like, I don't know what to do here. Just hold the rope and slide and jump at the same time.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do. I mean, she's snowboarding, and like that's a whole thing. Yeah. RVB season 10 ref? I don't know. Shane, do you know if there's a similar shot in RVB season 10? I didn't ref it on purpose.
You do watch a lot of RVB 10. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh wait, was it the gravity hammer?
Oh, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, the grav hammer. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna say you copied it. It's just like
I have no idea.
It just looks like a cool.
Yeah, I would love to see it actually. If you guys have a link, I'll take a look at it later. Yeah. Sounds cool though. But yeah, we did mixed frames for this shot too. That was actually a test for mixed frames for like a more actiony shot, and it was like, it's not bad. I think it's pretty good. I think it could be a little better, but it's there. Yeah, because it's a lot more extreme than like the other ones. Yeah. If you actually play, in case you're curious, you can play through it and see the frame rate. So it's like boom, 2 shots, 2 frames, boom, 3 frames, 4 frames, 3 frames, 2 frames. Yeah. And shout out to Kai too, because he like, I was like, Kai, give me a bunch of poses. I'm just gonna do a bunch of poses. I'm not gonna care about how they interpolate to each other. I'm just give me some poses. He's like, all right, this one, this one, this one. All right, you're done. I was like, okay, perfect. Yeah. Why is it called the trigger shot? Oh, because it's inspired by Studio Trigger. Because it's a very sort of fully coolly Gurren Lagann Kill la Kill type shot. The limited frame rate was a big part of that, and like the dynamic poses that sort of like jump around. Like that's sort of the inspiration for it originally. All right, can I watch this on stream? No, I'm gonna watch.
Wow, it is very. Yeah, probably mute the sound, but it's very similar actually.
All right, let's see. Where we at? Oh yeah, it is. That's true. That's actually. I mean, it's interesting because it's like it's technically a pretty. This one is actually a bit more sort of like. I don't want to say tropey, but it's a bit more tropey in that like, it just goes directly up. This is a very anime inspired shot, I think, just in general, because it's like. I feel like I've seen this shot in normal anime too, but generally speaking, it's very similar. Yeah, very similar. Wow, that's cool. Never knew. Never knew. The car. Oh, it's in the thumbnail.
Arm, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Her arm, her poor arm. She's fine.
Sometimes you gotta suspend that disbelief, okay?
Yeah, yeah. You gotta suspend it. It's real cool. It's good shit.
They take magic bats, strengthens the body.
Yeah, yeah. They got magical arms. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. The explosions! We're here! We're here, Cody. Let's talk about the explosions for real quick. I mean, it's all the same concepts as before, but these are, again, fully 3D, right?
Yeah.
So good.
Thing is 3D, the same setup. I think for this, well, I mean, it's the same exact setup as the one earlier. I think like there's a lot of like layer weight blending in order to get the like the highlights. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Especially getting this transition from like orange to gray and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference. Yeah, it looks really good. It looks really, really good. And this was inspired by Chainsaw Man, I believe. Originally.
Yeah, like the like real quick explosion in the OP, like I think it's like an incredible explosion, but like yeah, I don't think it follows it exactly, but yeah, that's definitely an inspiration that I'm trying to incorporate.
We tried, but it's a beautiful explosion if you guys want to see it. We could probably look it up, but I'm too lazy. The explosion, generally speaking, explosions in 2D have a lot of variety, like when it comes to how much detail they have and all these things. Yeah. We tried to emulate that one because that one had a lot more detail than usual, and like I think they did a really good job with it. They also didn't finish the explosion, so they do the thing in anime where they just cut it short, so that's fun. So we didn't get a whole lot of frames to work with, but we did a pretty good job. I think generally speaking, like they had like a 3-tone shader and it like worked out pretty well and all these things. So yeah, it's good. It's good. I mean, these explosions look really good. I think like especially for a climax, it works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
And all the bloom and stuff, that's in comp, right?
That's correct. This is all After Effects, yeah. Including all the string effects too. The string itself was like originally, you can see it in the Hoyo Fair event one. The string was like super opaque and like just kind of bare bones. We did all the string glow in After Effects as well. That was all comp. Yeah. Fun fact, a lot of the lighting is comp too. So you can kind of see the rim light here on the dudes. That's actually comp. So that's actually layer style in After Effects. So you can add a rim light to characters. We have a rim light in all the shots, and that's all comp technically. Let me see if I can find a good example. It's most
cool.
Yeah, it's most prevalent actually here. So this rim light here on these characters, that's comp. That's all comp right there. It's an effect that Christoph did. And it really helps them pop from the background. So that's really, really nice. Yeah. Yeah, super nice. Like that right there. That's a comp on the left. Super nice. But yeah, let's see. Where was I? Oh yes, big explosions. Big explosions. Oh, is that a bit? Did I just get a bit? 50 bits. I haven't gotten bits in like 3 years. Thank you, Trifecta. Thank you for that. How do you achieve that rim lighting in comp? So Christoph used a layer style, and I believe it was I want to say it was a drop shadow effect with overlay, but I'll have to double check. Yep. It's a really simple effect, honestly. You just put it on the character pass. The biggest thing that you have to do specifically is get a character pass rendered. So you need the character alpha and everything to be there for that information to work. But yeah, it's all there. Yeah. And I also really like this shot. In fact, this is my background right now, I think. Yeah, it's my background.
Oh, really?
That's so good.
Yeah. It's actually almost this exact frame. If I just like,
Hey.
you'll see it on stream. But yeah, this was a really good shot. Obviously it's inspired by the game. I animated this shot a while. I feel like it was kind of early on. No, it was like kind of like midway through. And then I also animated the curves for Cody to use as reference. And then I animated the die, and I animated it. And I was like, yep, that's what it's going to be. And then Saranum was like, yo, that die moving kind of slow. That die, that's not really like an ultimate. That's more like I don't know, like a slap on the wrist. The dice was like, it was kind of just like drifting in the place. So it was like not great. So near the end, one of the tweaks that we did was like, Saranum went in and was like, I'm going to add a bunch of more spins to this thing. And it worked out really well because it feels a lot more energetic, which is more accurate to the game too, because I just didn't do it right. Yeah, so that felt nice. And also, yeah, just in general, I think like, because you did that while you were doing the physics for the shot, I believe.
Yeah, this is another shot where the physics was. I was just like, damn, the physics worked. Wow, I'm so happy.
Impressive. That's super impressive. And I'm actually curious, since this is, you know, a more complicated shot. There's a slow-mo shot at the end here. So the physics worked for that too. Did you just slow down the keyframes?
Yep. I just simulated it like normal, and then I just scaled out the keyframes.
Amazing.
And yeah, I don't know, just worked it was very seamless.
That's amazing. That's really, really good. Yeah.
The box is gone.
Which box?
On her hip. I don't see it.
Oh, she's not supposed to have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's not supposed to have it in the shot. It was originally there, and we were like, "Oh crap, we gotta re-render it."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she doesn't take it until here.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was an error on our part, but thank God we caught that. So.
But I spent so much time animating that box, Dylan.
I'm so sorry. But yeah. Oh, also mesh trails on this thing. A lot of people called this the Sandevistan shot because of she was like,
oh yeah,
they're like, oh my god, that's some Sandevistan shit, which is, in case you guys don't know, it's Cyberpunk Edge Runners reference, and I can see that. But yeah, this was actually mesh trails. So Cody used mesh trails for this this string trailing behind, which is just such a cool way to use mesh trails. It's so cool. Yeah, that worked out really, really well. So fun fact. Yeah. But most of the other strings were hand animated. This string was also, Cody did the little wibbly wobbly stuff. All this was GeoNodes procedural stuff, so that was pretty neat. Yeah. And impact frames. That's screen space info node. We've done that before. It's the same kind of dealio. You just take the screen space info node and make everything black and white and distort it. You're pretty much good to go.
Really intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Kai's.
Yeah, Kai did it. He did it last time too for Rengoku and KNY 2.
Yeah, and the weight on the sword is so good. I think
yeah,
when he was recording reference, I think he hurt himself because he was swinging around a dumbbell or something.
He was. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, Kai was animating it. He took like, God, it's like 20 pounds or something. I don't know. It was a lot. It was in kilograms. So I don't know how much it was. But he just swung around. He was like, oh God. But it worked really well. I mean, that's about how heavy it is. Yeah.
He's taking the craft seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's so
Not the
good.
rotator cuff.
Yeah, I'll have to. We'll have to dig up that reference later. But yeah, man, that's the bulk of the animation. We also have, of course, the ending. Also, I love that the scouts are all different colors. For the entire project, just a fun fact, we were working with scouts that were all exact clones of each other. And I was really unsure if we'd actually be able to make them different. But at the very last second, I think it was like the day or two at the end, we were like, okay, we should probably just do something real quick. And we tested a random attribute thing with a color ramp, which is what we usually do anyway. But like, we just changed the color of the clothes and it worked out pretty well. I think we also changed the color of the hair, of course, and the bandana. And yeah, there you go. Now they're not clones of each other anymore, even though they have the exact same hairstyle and the exact same outfits. But that's fine. That's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. The strings are a little loose. Oh, ignore that. Ignore that. That's fine. These strings are actually a geometry node. We didn't talk about this too much, but like, Cody made.
Gonna ask.
Yeah, Cody made a really cool, basically a raycasting shrink wrap, tool, right?
Yeah, it's like a circle that shrinks towards a point on with the mesh as a target, and then like it can like inflate out and add noise to it, all just stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it's just like it just snaps to the body, and it also reacts dynamically to animation and stuff, which was like really important. So that worked out really well. Yeah. Libra says, I still really love the unique usage of Yelan strings, and I think the creativity is one of my favorite parts of the animations. Hey, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I thought when I first saw Yelan, I thought her strings were like the coolest thing, just because of how many possibilities there are with just like the ability to make strings. And I just took advantage of that.
We wanted to do like so much. I think there was an idea like before we started animating too, where like she would like hook onto Dia's sword and swing it around or something.
Yep, there was. Oh god.
There's a lot of ideas.
Yeah, like a helicopter thing.
Yeah, it's really fun to choreo like stuff with it, and like yeah.
I mean, whip swords, you know, chain whips, whatever they're called.
But the sword is giant.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the reason I started playing Genshin again. Oh, come on. Oh, shucks.
I'm so sorry.
I haven't played it at all, and I've like tempted. I know, like I should.
It's pretty fun.
It's addicting.
It just looks huge.
It is big. It's very big. Yeah. This is another Ryusuke shot.
Ryusuke shot, yeah.
Ramen did the eyes for the Fatui though, which is great. That was a great addition. We didn't have an eye rig for him until the last week. By the way, shout out to Ramen for doing like 100 animation tweaks in like 2 days. Oh god, that was intense. Like at the very end of the schedule, we could talk about the schedule a little bit. We got an applause from Trifecta Arts, deservedly so. And like, man, like, because at the end, like me and Cody were just living on Discord. Chala and Ramen were also living with us, and for like the second to last week, and there was just so much getting done because we were like, can we get it done? Can we get it done? I don't know. And I made a list like near the end of like so after we submitted like our first version, I think that was like to Hoyo Fair, they got like an old version. If you actually watch that one, it doesn't have any comp and it has a lot of render errors and a lot of animation errors. And like I was like, okay, I'm gonna write out a bunch of animation tweaks that like are definitely not gonna happen. Like I was like, there's no way we're gonna make these animation tweaks happen. Like there's like I don't know, there's probably 50 at least. And I was like, I'm just gonna write them down just for the record, you know, so we know. And I wrote them all down, and then like Ramen was like, I'm on it. Yeah. And I was like, what? And then like within the day, I think you finished like 10 or something, like in the first day. And I was like, holy, that's like all the ones I thought we were gonna get to. Like there's still like 40 more, but you do oh, that's crazy. And then like just I mean after like just pumping them out, and like we just had a really good system in place in general. I think our communication was good because we were just living on Discord. So we were just like boom, 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 boom. Each one was like Ramen was just like killing it. And we got them all done in like, honestly, I think it was like 2 or 3 days. Ramen was suffering because of some air porn. I should not say that word ever again. Some
I was what?
airport issues. Sorry about that, Ramen. No, there was some. I remember you mentioned something about.
Oh yeah, I was grounded for Christmas, so then I was like, oh, I have nothing to do. I'm just
Yeah.
take my hands. Then,
Yep.
I think I was working on like 3 revisions at a time each
God, that's insane.
shot.
Man,
It's just like
multitasking.
wee.
Yeah, you got a lot done. Yeah. Yeah, so
Came in clutch.
yeah, I mean that was huge. And so we got actually all the animation tweaks pretty much done. So there's very few like shots where I'm like, we should have like fixed this small error. Like for the most part the animation looks pristine. It's really, really good. Yeah. I am the moderator. Oh wow. Too powerful. Too powerful.
Oh yeah, the shot before that was the mommy sleigh shot. I
The
think.
mommy sleigh shot.
Oh yeah.
Everyone used this. A lot of people who stole this video used this as the thumbnail for a while. This was the Billy thumbnail for a bit.
Awesome.
Yeah, fun fact. Yeah, man.
I'll give you another fun fact too. Is I used an 808 kick on her
no.
pose at the end, but then
What?
pitched it down.
This even
What was that
Yeah,
like
for
a?
the sub?
So
It's like layered in, and I think I took off the impact, like the transient at the start.
Wait.
It's when she does her special moves. after
Oh,
the
sorry.
explosion.
I was like, when she's standing there, there's no way. There's the 808 right there. That's crazy. Oh, right here. Yeah. This
Trap
is
music starts
great.
playing.
This is great. Oh, right there, right? That one.
Yes.
That was an
And
808.
I think
Oh,
I used a
no.
little bit of reverb too, just for the space. Like normally you don't want to do that on low end stuff, but like it had an interesting effect. So
Feels so good. Boom. I love that boom. It's the bass. Yeah, it adds
Waiting
a
for you
lot.
to sneak in the shotgun reload for the arm pumps.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes.
Hi.
One day. We got time.
on the anniversary edition.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, the sword was indeed a request from Hoyoverse. They said this is technically the only sword that was like released, which is like the one that they used in the cinematic originally. At least the one that I saw anyway. That's yeah. So the one that she used in the cinematic is the one that she used here. So like that's yeah. Yeah. Technically there is a sword. There was another sword option, but they said don't use that one. They're not supposed to know about that one yet. So I don't know if that sword's been released
Secrets.
yet, but I'm not gonna tell you guys what it looks
Secrets.
I
like.
don't think it has no.
I don't think it has. But yeah, there's another sword technically. And you guys would know because usually she's supposed to have a claymore that like is her own signature one. Yeah. Hey, Paul, thank you very much. But yeah, what's next?
Let's talk about.
Oh yeah, this the walks. This is ramen too.
Yeah, how was the walks, Ramen? I know you got some.
Shout out to
cool-
ramen. Shout out to Ramen's friend for the reference.
The reference was great.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I filmed like a version of me doing it. Then I'm like, this looks
Let's
weird.
talk about.
I was like, I just asked my friend. I was like, can you own heels?
Yes.
You can do this better.
own
Because I was
heels.
just walking on my tippy toes.
Yeah. That's a totally different ball game to be honest.
It's
Yeah,
hard to walk
and-
like a woman. Like
It is.
I tried it with mocap too for like back in the Ruby days. I just
Yeah, it's
I
rough.
think it broke my hip.
Because
on my shoulder.
they have a different center of mass. So like even if we wear heels, we can't do it. Just quite frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
won't.
like originally I had them tending spinning the other way, and I was just like, oh, this is
Oh
awful.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah. You,
Walking's always one of those things.
That's right,
So
you-
hard to animate.
I think you had Dia spin like 270. I was like,
So, let's
Yeah.
talk about how much.
Yeah, then like I animated the reference backwards. I was like, god damn it! So I had to like the mirror animation button was broken, so like for 270 frames, I was Control
oh no.
Shift V, Control Shift
Oh, you
C.
did it manually?
no.
No.
And my
That
wrists were
is-
just screaming at the end.
That is a lot of frames. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, turned out really good. I think there is a bit of a line art offset.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah. I've been looking at that. I'm like,
I don't know.
oh no.
Dang, you soiled it.
Yeah, I
I don't
did.
know if that's
I
in
did.
the actual bake or if that's in comp.
It's got to be the bait because
Because I think the bottom half.
The
lines
bottom
up.
half looks fine. It's just the hair. Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway.
And you can see the
Yeah.
box.
The box. The
Or,
box
like,
is
near the
there.
box.
And yeah. Anyway, we have we have a new solution that fixes all of this, so we're good. But
Yeah.
yeah. Was there
these
any?
are just happy accidents.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we meant to do this.
Yeah.
Was there anything tough with rigging these characters? That's a good question for Seren and Chala, actually. Chala helped out a ton with rigging this time.
Yes, I begged him because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to finish this.
Yeah. Man, it was rough. But
Well,
yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, well, we provided a fair bit. They gave us models which already had a fair bit of weights on them, so we're able to transfer those weights.
Yeah, especially
So
for
it's
like,
really just reconstructing.
yeah, the physics and stuff. So like the jacket
Yeah.
was already
Yeah.
pre-weighted. That helped a lot.
The clothes and stuff.
The
Yeah.
clothes were pre-weighted. Yeah.
I think we had to do Yelan's hair manually because we modeled her hair and
Yep.
then I don't know, we just tried to save as much time as we could. I think we used the weights from Emily.
Yes.
The last video we did before this, we
The-
transferred the weights onto their base mesh.
That helped a
and then,
ton. Yeah, we didn't have to redo too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clothes were actually, even though they did come with weights, we actually remade the whole body. So the body's actually Emily's base mesh. We actually projected the weights from their body onto the clothes, and that actually worked out pretty much fine. The only parts are like the physics parts that had the weights.
Yeah, the physics, the parts that are like hanging off their body.
Yeah. No, they didn't give us Blender native models. They just gave us essentially the same thing that is publicly available for the most part. But they gave us FBX instead of MMD. So it's actually the same. I actually don't think there's anything specifically different about them, but they did give us access. Yeah, they did give us access to things that like are not publicly available. Like we have Yelan's bow. That's not something that you can download. So like that's something that we did a request specifically so that we could use it. And that obviously helped a ton because we're not going to model a whole bow. It's a very detailed bow. But yeah. Did you use Emily as a proxy mesh? No, not technically. I mean, we did borrow her body, but we already had what did we have for the face for I feel like we had different faces for them already at the beginning.
Yeah, no, we did. I remember you doing you took Emily's face and I think you like did a shrink wrap or something, right?
I don't remember that.
That's not, there's something you did with a shrink wrap or like a shape key or something, right? To like change their face.
Yeah, it's not ringing any bells.
All right, I might be going insane then.
I feel like Rookie had already made them, but that feels really early, so I don't remember. I feel like we did have something there. Oh no, we didn't have the faces. We just used the models. That's right. We just used the game models for the head.
Oh yes, yeah.
We didn't do face animation until much later, like
yeah.
halfway through.
We used the game model until like the last week, or last 2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks, yeah, pretty much. Maybe the last 4 at least, but yeah, it was like, yeah. Do you think they would allow it if you ripped it from the game? I mean, the bow. I mean, they probably wouldn't just because they're worried about the quality being bad. So they would just give it to me anyway. Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
About how much you owe me.
The Ning Wang shots.
The
Shout out to
Ning
Kai.
Wang
I like
shots.
that. The note was a really nice addition.
Yeah, Kai drew the little Yelan. That's super cute. It's super cute. Yeah. And some people actually got this. It wasn't super obvious, especially during production, like what exactly was going on with the note. But a lot of people actually understood it, and I think someone in chat mentioned it too. It says 1 of a kind find, but it says originally 3 of a kind. So the implication here is that this car is a separate car from the 2 cars that you saw in the video. So there's those 3 cars total, and then 2 of them got trashed in the video, and the last one is the one that they were stealing. So there you go. Oh, the box was also basically just the Nameless Treasure item from the game. So they had a design for Nameless Treasure, which is just a PNG, I think. And I think it's specifically the Liyue region Nameless Treasure, because then they all have like different ones. But yeah, we just copied it and we just made it. Shout out to Kaz for making the model. That looked really good. And then I did the shading for it. And yeah, it turned out pretty good. We did have to turn down the yellow quite a bit because the original reference had a really, really bright gold. And I put that in there. And then like in the context of everything, it was just stealing the show for every shot. So in the comp, we actually toned down the yellow quite a bit, but that's a small thing. You'll see it in like the original Hoyle Fair version. Yeah.
Is that why it's called Nameless Road?
Yes, it is actually. That is correct. Yeah, because we used the Nameless Treasure item, and I figured people might recognize it. But either way, Nameless was a cool name. So I was like, Nameless, and then something about cars. And we are just like, Nameless Road. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was wondering where Angry Path went.
Yes, yeah. So originally, our project name, our internal project name was Genshin Impact Angry Path, which was a nickname from Chala originally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which was a parody of Fury Road. Yeah. I mean, Nameless Road is kind of also a riff on Fury Road, but the original title was Genshin Impact Angry Path, which was just Fury Road, but spelled differently. Yep. So that was fun. What a great name. Should have kept it.
It's just a meme name.
Yeah. Oh my god. Ningguang. Yeah. All right. Oh, also render error. The drool is not touching the table.
Ugh.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, that's the whole video. Did I miss anything? Do you guys want to talk about anything?
Yeah, I think we skipped over just a little small portion of like the like when she starts snow or
Yes. Oh,
like
that's my
starts
favorite shot.
snowboarding.
Oh my god, this shot is insane. Guys, let's talk about this. Huh? This is all 3D. This entire effect is 3D. It blows my mind. Cody did an amazing job with this. Like this is a shot that I've dreamed of in the past because it's really, really hard to do in 3D. Because like the 2D artists, like they take a lot of liberties here. This is also a great shot because the dialogue was fantastic. But yeah, this effect, Cody, do you want to talk about it? First, we'll start with the beginning here. We have this like little shadow. What was that? What did you use for that? How did you get that done?
Yeah, for that it's just a plane. I think it's around where Dia is, but I think I pushed it towards the camera, so it's like in front of the dust. But it's a plane, and I think the UV, like it's inset, so it's got like UVs that are like gradient, or that's got a gradient towards the center, and then it's just noise mixed into it. And then like I basically, I think I parented to Dia.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know I don't think she was moving the whole time. So like I gave it some like movement.
Nice.
And then like I just used shape keys and sculpted it to like match her silhouette to give it some variation.
What the heck? That's crazy.
And like as she gets closer to jumping out, I like animated the gradient to like get bigger.
And then it merges really well into this like donut shape.
Yeah,
like right
so
here.
the donut shape is like the same thing as the other dust, just like
In a donut
given
shape.
like a torus, donut shape that is, and like it animates so that it goes around the torus and goes like it's like getting sucked in, I think, or I forget.
I think it was outwards.
But yeah,
I think it was outwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
For this one. Yeah, and then this whatever the heck this is. This looks pretty.
Yeah, it's like the torus expands out, and then like the inside of it is just a cylinder with a noise that's like swirling, and like it doesn't work in viewport. It's like the AOV comp stuff for the dust, where the alpha is handled in comp.
Right, because you would still see the spheres from the particle dust on the left and right of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like cuts it out to give it that swirliness.
Oh man.
And then I think it like closes in on itself, like, or like it gets pushed back in depth so that it like gets covered by the dust from the ATVs.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, because it gets thicker in the back, so it just sort of naturally closes up.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's insane. That looks really, really good. And I think like the whole cutting in alpha and doing it in comp helps a ton with getting that 2D look, because this is like, I mean, It's a really hard effect to do in 3D. Really, really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite effect of the video.
Yeah, fair enough. Probably the most complex too, because there's a couple of layers of things. But
that and the string wrapping around her hand, I really like that one.
oh my
That one was
god! Wait, hang on. I gotta go to that one real quick. Let's talk about this because this took you a little while to like get a. I think you mentioned like there was like 27 hooks or something.
Yeah, it's
Excuse
like
me?
Ew.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's right here. Wait, hang on. That just that that
Oh.
wrapping motion.
yeah, as she like wraps it around each time, like it makes a loop. There's like a new point of contact, so I have to add a hook.
Oh my god. It turned out really good. Yeah. It feels so natural. It's really, really nice. But yeah, I'm so sorry. Because I originally animated this shot and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do a little, just like I moved the hand around in like the general method. And I'm really glad it worked out because I didn't actually have a string for reference. Not really, because I wasn't sure how I was gonna like look in the end. But I was like, yeah, I want to just like do a little swirly swirl with the hand, and Cody just like just did it, and I was like, that looks perfect. And then yeah, oh man, that's really impressive. Also, small thing, the alpha is being cut out. Oh, that's the dust being on top, isn't it?
It's either it's being layered on top
I bet
when
that
it
is.
shouldn't be, or I think the string isn't there in the holdout for the dust.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Anyway, moving on. But yeah.
So many little small render errors that just
Yeah.
wish you could had like another day or two to go through.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
probably a week at least.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, that's the project. I mean, I feel like we probably missed anything. I mean, is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about that I might have glossed over?
Anything I can think of.
No.
Chalo, anything you want to talk about with finaling or anything like that?
For finaling?
Yeah, finaling, scheduling.
Scheduling, we could go over some stuff if you want. For
That's
finaling,
pretty straightforward,
we
too.
spoke a bit about the stuff earlier. So we've covered like the cloth stuff we did and the sun vectors,
We did.
and the render fixes.
I've got so
Clipping.
many.
How
So
long
many
did it take to
fixes.
render?
How long did it take to render? I don't even know.
Oof.
Well, so we had 4 computers, and that was the only way we were going to get it done. Because technically speaking, I think on one computer, we calculated the entire project would take, if we got everything right the first try, right? If we got everything right the first try, it would take a total of, I think it was 4 to 5 days of straight render
Yeah,
time.
something like that.
Like full days. And that was like 2 days before the deadline or something like that. So we were like, oh God. So we got 4 computers, which brought that down in theory to 1 day. And we also did a bunch of re-renders after the deadline because we had
Yeah,
That's-
I vaguely remember you guys saying that you guys were like coordinating in Discord, rendering only up to a certain frame, and then
Yep.
Yeah.
so you can like fix the renders or whatever.
Yeah, we didn't
Uh-huh.
have any automated distribution of rendering. So me and Cody were just like, all right, you render up to 0 to 60. I'll render 61 to 120. All right, cool. We did it. We're a render farm. Let's go. Let's do it. That was it. That's all we did. It was crazy.
A manual render farm.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then like that was like with sync. So luckily, like all the like in theory, all the sync renders would just come to the same place and they like worked out. Unfortunately, sync did not work out 100% the whole time, and it just failed on us later on. So we actually had to start sending zips of the renders to each other. So like Cody would zip up all the render passes that he did. It's like, all right, I think these are the ones you need. It's like, all right, so here we go. Here's like a 4 GB file, and I was like, okay, thank you. And then I would unzip it, and then like files would get overwritten, which is a whole other thing because sync was dumb. And then like we're like, what the heck happened here? We thought, and then like and then yeah, it was a mess, but we somehow got it done. Yeah.
Somehow.
But I mean, total render time technically should have been 4 days. With all the render errors, like we were definitely rendering for like a week and a half or something. Like it had to have been around that time, right?
Yeah,
it was around
I
that.
mean, because like we started rendering for the trailer. Were we
right, yeah.
continuing rendering after the trailer, or did we?
We took a break from
I think
rendering.
we took a little bit break.
Yeah, so we could do some more effects because I know you did the new bow effects, and then we had some animation tweaks and stuff. So yeah,
Pretty sure there was at least a solid week of rendering.
yeah, I want to say solid week is pretty much how long it took.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, what were the specs on those computers? I mean, my computer has a 2080. I have a laptop that also has a 2080.
It's got a 3070, and my laptop is
we didn't really use it at the end.
560 or something.
Yeah, we used it like partially, and then it was like, yeah, this is way too slow. So we didn't use the laptop.
Yeah. I think it rendered like 3 shots in the course of the whole thing. Whereas
Yeah.
did like 40.
Yeah, and then I have an old computer that I think had I want to say it's probably a 1080. I can't remember anymore. Anyway, yeah, I mean they're pretty good computers, generally speaking. So it helped a lot. But Eevee render times are not that bad still. Like if this was Cycles, we'd be totally screwed. Yeah.
I think like our worst render time was maybe like a minute and a half.
Yeah. Somewhere a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. And that was like specific frames, not even like the whole shot.
Yeah.
Like I think the most complicated shot was 1013, which was like
the ult.
Yelan's ultimate with all the explosions.
Explosions, yeah.
Yeah, that was like because we had like 7-8 characters.
And like
it was a lot.
15 FX render passes.
Oh god, yeah, so many FX render passes. Oh geez, yeah, that one was the most intense shot out of the entire project. So we re-rendered that one a lot of times too.
Yep.
Yeah. Barrett says, considering the tight timeline, what would be the one thing you'd want to improve if you had like an extra week or month even? Honestly,
Interesting.
I think like from a render perspective, probably line art. This is like the biggest thing.
Yeah.
That was the biggest culprit for render errors for the most part. But
yeah. Oh yeah. And just like cleaning up the line art, because like
in
our last project, we spent a good amount of time like actually cleaning up the line art. So we bake it and then we look at it and like find areas where this doesn't look good, and then we clean it up. Whereas this one, we just didn't have the time to. Like there's maybe 2 or 3 like the Ningguang shots, and there was one Dia shot where we did some cleanup, but we just didn't have the time to really fine tune it and like give it the time that it deserved.
all the line art is pretty much straight from the render. We didn't really do anything with it.
That's why you'll see line art just through stuff in a lot of shots.
Yep. I know y'all were joking about it earlier, but would you actually do a Blu-ray edition for funsies? I mean, if we have time, yeah, like it'd be kind of cool. If we do, we'll probably just release it on Patreon, because I think that's like the only platform we have for it. Because releasing it publicly is like super weird, because there's already a public version of it and all these things. So I think we would probably do that, because we want to do the 4K one on Patreon too. So yeah, I mean, if we get a chance to, we totally should. But realistically, we have another production coming up soon, so I'm not sure exactly how we can fit that into the schedule yet. But I want to. God, I mean, in a perfect world, yes, absolutely. Do you guys have an answer to Barrett's question? Any other different answers? Like, if you had 1 week or 1 month to improve things, what would you guys do individually?
I mean, I don't know. And I feel like animation, you can always improve it. Never done. So
that's true.
I think there's I think like the shot where Yelan was like, it's in the bonk shot where she's like walking to the car.
Oh yeah.
That could be a little better. She's like not even grabbing the car. She just looks like she's grabbing the car from the camera angle.
Oh, is she quite a distance away from the car?
Her left hand there, it looks like it's like on the like edge of the car. It's like it's not. It's just like suspended in the air.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't animate her walking close enough to the car, and then I read it, and I was just like, I gotta get this done. I was like, she'll just grab the car.
I mean, it worked out. I mean, now you're thinking like a 2D animator. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that worked out. Fair enough. Anything else? Anyone else? Anything else?
Oh, I would like to do more on the cloth. I feel like the cloth could have been pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chalo did a lot of physics this time around. That was a huge
Yeah.
help. Huge help. God. Yeah. And you would just finesse
Extra
it a bit
week or
more?
two.
Yeah, an extra
Yeah,
week or
just
two.
finesse it. Extra week or two. Push it an extra bit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Take care of like clipping and stuff.
Clipping,
Yeah.
clipping is a big thing. I mean, you can kind of see it in this shot too. Her skirt clips to her butt for a second. Like right around here. Right there.
No.
Small things like that. Small things like that. You can't really tell. And like, ultimately, it doesn't really affect the enjoyment of the project, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those would be nice to have. Because, like, I know that clipping is taken more seriously, like, in the industry. But I think it was good.
The big scary industry. Yeah.
It is very, very good. You said you learned a lot of new things with this project. What was your key takeaway or lesson learned on this project for future projects? I mean, our entire pipeline was tested for the first time, and we made so many huge improvements to it already in the past like week or two since we finished the project. That's one of the biggest things in my opinion, because that's been like pipelines are, well, you know, it's kind of a nerdy thing to be honest, but like pipelines are like, I love pipelines. Pipelines are crazy. They're really cool. They're a lot of fun. Cody can talk about it because he's the one who came up with this new version of it, where we're having like a lot less technical issues, hopefully that are gonna pop up in the next one. While at the same time recognizing all the benefits that we got from this new pipeline. We our pipeline this time around is like, yeah, we talked about it a little bit at the Blender conference, but actually I don't think we've gone into detail into exactly what our pipeline is like, because it's kind of complicated. But basically we have the animation file and the effects file separate, and then we essentially sort of combine them with library overrides. And what that means is essentially like we have the animation file linked into the effects file, which is a separate file. So that way you can do effects in one file, and then the animator is going to update the animation at any point, and the effects will update to that animation automatically, which is really, really cool. So we can work more in tandem, and we have a lot of different things that allow people to work more in tandem, and it increases the efficiency of the team, and also like ideally the efficiency of the renders and stuff as well. This project inspire any feature for a future build of the Goo engine? Oh, you have no idea, my friend. You have no idea what's in store. I don't even want to say what it is because it's not like 100% sure, but we're working on something that is like a whole new Goo engine. You know what I'm saying? We'll just say that figuratively. Yeah, we have a lot of things that we're like, man, I wish we could have this and this and this and this. And Leighton and I were talking about it, and he's like, I have an idea. And he's working on that idea right now. Yeah. Typical late stuff.
Yeah. And I think with every project we do as well, like for the animation, I think we get a little bit closer to like the ideal style, combining like what we like of 2D and 3D.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint a single thing because like the mixed frame testing was really, really good. We tested a whole bunch of new shading techniques, including the screen space shadows and the dynamic normals that we have, which Ruki invented, which is such a great technique. So we fully tested it on this one. We tested it on Emily as well, but I was able to bring it into Dia and Yelan, and they looked really good. We also got God, I mean, the bone dynamics, like that's a huge takeaway. Bone dynamics is like a game changer for physics and like anything simulated in the anime style, because it's a lot more stylized too, by the way. It's a lot better than actually using cloth sim, because they use soft bodies in their sort of default bone dynamics settings, and so soft bodies actually maintain shape better than cloth does by design, and they're actually they're almost like designed for stylized simulations, and we never really used them before, but like using it now, it's like I mean, there's no way we're going to use cloth, to be honest. Soft body's just kind of better in every way. Yeah.
They have a cloth option, and I was testing the two, and the cloth just like it falls apart.
It just looks worse.
Like,
Yeah. Just gonna
it's hard to get cloth to behave like anything other than cloth, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So using it for hair is like, it's tough. God, I mean, the workarounds we had for that in the past are just like, man, super tedious.
I have nightmares just think about it.
I know. I mean, it worked, but like also like not.
It worked, but like I was the only one who could use it.
Yeah. It was tough. But this is super nice, and like it just works. It just works for the most part. Yeah, Lonesome says, I have a question. Can I apply for an internship at Goose Studio? An internship? I don't even know if we're worthy of that. No, I mean, we're not looking to expand right now, so that's the only thing. But I've actually had a few people ask about it. I know a lot of people are interested. So we might open that up, maybe. Like, if we have...
Kind of interesting.
It is very interesting. Like, I think, like, timeline-wise, I'll have to think about it. Because ultimately, like, we're focusing on, like, the company this year in terms of, like, where we're going to go. And we have a lot of cool plans. And part of that might be able to support interns, possibly, like, later this year. But I'm not going to say anything for sure, because that's obviously, like, up in the air. But that is a possibility. I think that would be something that, like, would be one of the cooler things that comes around if things go well. So, maybe. Because there's, again, a lot of people who are interested. So, yeah.
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 I think we do, or correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we'd also, like, in addition to that, I think we also want to try and use the Patreon to release more, like, educational content. And, like, on the Professor Goo channel, too, right?
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, sharing our knowledge is definitely, like, I think something we're trying to figure out how to streamline.
Exactly. So we'll be releasing
keep my priorities.
Yeah, we'll be releasing assets on Patreon. Probably this month. I'll try, like, the little potion shader. If you guys want that, I'll probably just, like, throw it in. We have a rig that we want to release this month as well, if we can.
Ooh, yes.
We won't say which one yet, but we'll try to do it. And then also, Professor Goo will have a lot of things that are just going to be posted regularly, which I still have to schedule. But that's going to be something that, if you guys are interested in working in the studio, for example, like, following those tutorials and following, like, what we're working on will be a really cool way to just keep up with what we're doing. Because yeah, we do a lot of cool things at the studio, and it's hard even to, like, teach other members sometimes because there's so much information.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do want to make
like
sure.
A pseudo generalist.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, like, this is randomly, like, one person's just like a genius in this thing, and then the person's like a genius in the other thing. It's like, how'd you do that? Like, you just did. It's like, that makes no sense. How'd you, what? Yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. Everyone's so talented. It's overwhelming. But yeah. I hope you guys like the Professor Goo channel. It's a fun little project of mine. I think we'll be able to put a lot more on it this year. So yeah. What else do we have? Technically, I wanted to show the layout, but I don't know if I actually will be able to find it. So we're gonna try that as a last-ditch effort. But everything else, I think, is
posted
pretty
the
much
link.
good to, oh, you have
in
it?
the studio chat somewhere.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's one of the Discord links.
You're a hero.
Oh yeah, it's like the first thing, I think.
Okay, let me find it real quick. Oh my god. This is the oh my god. Oh my god. This is like eons ago. Okay. All right, you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
yeah. No music.
Probably gotta mute the sound too.
Yeah. Okay, so this was the original animatic. We didn't actually do any storyboarding for this because we just didn't have time. But I did basically a camera pass with some basic character staging and some basic animation here and there. And I have no idea what this even looks like anymore. So you guys are gonna watch this.
You did
with
this
me.
all in a day, by the way.
Apparently.
There's some animated shots. Like he threw some already animated shots in there, but like the layout and stuff, it was like done in a day. And I was like, okay.
That's insane. I don't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, we did. So apparently I did this in a day. So let's see what this looks like. I mean, compared to what we had before. Yep, that looks.
Oh my god!
You can see how different the faces look.
Like, yes, you can. You really can. The game models look very different.
Yeah, when we got the game models, and Ruki was like, this won't work. And I was like, wait, really?
Yeah.
Seeing the final product, I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, Ruki knows what she's talking about. Like, these game models are.
I will never doubt her again.
Yeah. These game models are not quite what we're looking for. I mean, they look 3D. That's just ultimately what it is. But
yeah,
ours.
I mean, you need.
Oh God, the Goo Boys.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, my blocking is there, huh?
Yeah.
This is later than I thought it was then.
It is a little later, I think. Yeah.
You had that one clip where the guy fighting in this shot had Goo Boy's hair on him.
Oh my God. Oh, where is that? That was one of the renders.
Somewhere.
We had one of the renders. Oh god, I want to know where that is. I think it's
T-pose attack.
I'm sure it's in the sharing channel somewhere. God, it's got to be here. Anyway, we'll look at that later. But yeah, we used Goo Boy originally for like just the proxy characters. Oh, I found it. Wait, hang on, I found it. So the remnants of Goo Boy remain, as you can see. This was yeah, this is a render pass that we did at one point. Yeah, he green. So he almost
saw this. This looks epic.
He almost made it into the video.
Yeah, it would have been really funny if you gave the brawler just kept the shades or something.
Oh my god, that would have been great.
That'd have been
Oh man, yeah. One day Goo Boy will be there.
Next time.
Yeah. Great blocking, by the way. The blocking looked great.
Yeah, I think I sent. Let me see if I can find. I remember I sent like because of the way I do blocking and like the transition to spline. I'm pretty sure I sent an example one time.
Oh
like
yeah.
Seamless it could be sometimes. I just don't know where it is.
That was from Emily, right? Was that an Emily one?
No. It was from Genshin.
Oh, you're right. I remember that. Yeah, you're talking.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, that's fast.
I called it's called blocking to spline easy.gif.
Easy.
Right? Don't you like key on twos or like some nonsense? Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
Some nonsense like that. Yeah.
He basically just animates the whole thing, and then like splines it.
You're a psychopath.
Yeah.
I like doing it.
Yeah, it looks really good though. I mean, like, look at this. So yeah, like it's basically it's just spline. It's done. Yeah. So the first version was like this is all constant. This is blocking technically, but there's so many keyframes that splining it just worked.
I forced the software to do what I want.
Yeah, that's really nice. It works so well. I don't know how you do it. Well, I do. You're crazy. But yeah.
Do you find, Soren, it takes you longer or less time, or?
I personally don't think it takes that long to set keys. I use a lot of the what is it called? The breakdowner.
Yeah.
And then it's all mostly just about keeping like a wash on the arcs and blocking, and then I don't know, things mostly work out. I found there's like a couple little tips where like you want to make sure that your keys are set to what is it, auto clamped, I think, right? And then like before you do spline, yeah, there's like little things like that will help.
Oh, I see.
Guys, I found it. It's in the VSC Master. We got it.
Oh.
The OG animatic.
Oh, okay, yes.
All right, I'm gonna play it. I think we have the. I'm just gonna turn off the sound. It's fine. But yeah, let's see how little animation is in this. Yep, this looks more accurate. Yep.
It's crazy. It was the writing and boarding process was pretty crazy because
was.
there was a lot of back and forth, and then I think you ended up having to bust something out in like a very, very short amount of time.
Pretty much. Like
Yeah.
we submitted like I think it was like at least two.
They
proposals.
rejected all of my ideas. I was so sad.
Yeah, they were like, we want more car, like we want more, and then eventually we even switched the characters at one point, which is crazy. But yeah, and then eventually I was like, we have to start this like tomorrow. So yeah, and I did this apparently. I don't remember doing this in one day, but I did. So there you go.
Probably didn't feel like one day, but
a lot happened, that's for sure. But you can see like most everything is pretty much the same, which is pretty cool. I can hear
the proxy car.
The proxy car.
Oh my god.
We didn't have the design yet, so I just made like a cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a Jurassic Jeep.
Oh my god, it is.
Doink.
Doink. Yep, that was the original vision. They're just talking. They're still talking. Yeah. Oh man, I probably still have like my old temp audio too at some point.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that
The
was
Dylan,
good.
Dylan, the voice actor.
All your voices.
Yeah, all my voices for the characters is like, whoa.
See, that's another reason for Blu-ray to have
True.
the secondary audio channel.
Behind the scenes. It's true.
Yeah, wasn't there a I think of like the later stuff, but stuff that like Shane Kemp voice lines that he did that we're saving for this.
Nobody should hear those.
Shane does a lot of voices. Yeah.
There's like 50 of those per project.
Yeah, exactly.
Shane just adds random things.
He does. My God.
Our voice actor.
Yeah, I think Shane and
Gotta
I
keep it fun.
Shane and I went through like 10 different iterations for like dialogue lines for the Fatui, because originally there was no dialogue for the Fatui. Shane added all those in himself, basically.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
already forgot.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, maybe he could say something like this," and I'm like, "Yes, he should say something like that. That's great." And we just added all that dialogue in at the last 3 days or something like that. Yeah, it was crazy.
I think the most impressive thing about like how you do this stuff to me, I guess. Well, I guess maybe because you do it in software. I don't know if it's I guess a little easier, but like you have a lot of experience in I think like just sort of intuitively knowing like how long a shot should be.
That's
like
fair.
that's like a deceptively hard thing because like when I'm boarding on like paper, I'm like this is like 80 frames, like 80ish frames, and then like I'll do an animatic. I'm like, oh, that's like way too long.
Right. That's fair. That's an interesting point. Yeah, I mean, I think like because for me, when I do, because when I visualize it in my head, I can also kind of count how long it is. So like because you mentioned something that directors do in the anime, they have like a stopwatch, and they'll play it in their head. They'll like start the stopwatch, and they'll end the shot, and then they'll stop the stopwatch, and that's how they write down the timings for the shots. And I'm like, I could probably do that. I think like generally speaking, that's something that I have a feeling for, but it does help a lot.
Of experience into.
Yeah, a lot of experience for too, and like it does help a lot to have it in a timeline because once you have it, it's just sort of like taken care of at the same time.
Yeah.
And you can experiment with it, but yeah, it's a fun thing to do. That was a terrible sword slash. You see that? What is this? Oh yeah, that was the original angle too. Forgot about that.
Nice.
Yeah. We had no storyboards. We didn't have time for storyboards for this iteration. We just
not
had
approved anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we did have this animatic with some proxy animation in it. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. And all these shots are pretty much the same. We did make some small adjustments to, like, I think there was 2 or 3 shots that we changed the length of. And I think we added like maybe 1 shot or 2 shots. Can't remember now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
just like slight camera angle changes here and there, but
yeah, for sure. The biggest thing that had a lot of change, of course, was the fight that you did, Serena. Because that one was.
Oh yeah.
This is the original.
Really, oh yeah.
This is the original fight for Serenan's shot. It's just like da 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 da. Stuff happens here. Da 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 da. And it's over.
Those are really intimidating shots to get, but they're really fun.
Yeah. They're a lot of fun. Man, it turned out great. It's so good. What did the trigger shot look like? Actually, I'm kind of curious because that was the other one that was basically like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Let's see. So this is the trigger shot. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh wow.
That's a rough. That is a rough. Oh man. All right, Robin. What are these things you're sending me? What are we looking at?
Just some of the production diary memes that happened.
Oh my god, yes. What is this? Wait, hang on. I gotta switch my screen. What is this? Wait, is there sound to this? Hang on.
Yeah.
It's just sound. Isn't it? Okay.
No, there's voices.
Oh my god.
Where are they?
Oh,
the original audio.
Yeah.
I hit my chest for that.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. What is this one? Why does this say Jack Skellington? What is this? Hang on.
I think the cloth then broke.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh dude! Oh wow, that is. I remember this now. That's horrifying. How did that even happen?
Oh, I think it was the Anim Layers add-on. Like,
Yeah,
I tried to
it
merge
must have
something, and then
been.
like
That's what it was.
all the actions combined into one, and just like imploded.
It broke the scale. Yeah, I imagine.
Oh my.
Oh, that's so funny.
God. That is terrifying. Oh, I love it. Oh my god.
They need to make him in like an actual character. That should be a real enemy in Genshin.
This is probably one of the harbingers. We just don't know about it yet. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh. All right. Well, man, that was an adventure. I mean, you guys saw the layout. What else do we have to see? What else do you guys want to talk about?
Here we go. I found what I was looking for.
Oh, we gotta wait. We gotta
Another
tidbit.
meme. Another meme.
Old juicy tidbit. What is this? Wait, what is it? Which one? Is this also sad? Wait, hang on. Hang on.
Somebody get my potion, Caboose.
Oh, yeah, there was a couple of lines of dialogue that we were like, I don't know if that'll work, but it's pretty funny.
Somebody get my potion, Caboose.
Potion Caboose. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, man. So many of these. So many.
It's funny, like how we had a lot of like funny memes. It's even with the tight deadline, but those are always like it's always really fun to watch back.
Those are the highlights of production. I think. Wait, Shane, is this the Wilhelm scream? I think I found the Wilhelm scream for the Fatui.
Ooh.
Let me see.
Wait.
It's right below the Caboose one, actually. Right here.
Oh man.
All right, let me see. Oh my god. Oh
He
god.
got jump scared by the arrow.
Oh yeah, this is Dia with a mustache too.
Yeah, Deal with the mustache is also a thing. Oh my god. That was a thing apparently. This happened in a lot of shots actually. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
God, that's
funny.
beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh boy. Oh man. Yeah. So anyway.
Good times.
Good times. God, I love that scream. It's so good. Oh man. All right. Okay. What else we got? We good?
I think there was one question earlier that we didn't
Yeah. Let's
answer.
wrap
Yeah,
up on some
any-
questions. What do we got?
Final
Agent
questions, all?
Agent Yoda asks, were there any animation difficulties that couldn't be overcome, or a stretch goal animation / techniques that you hope to achieve in the future?
Oh. I mean, I do kind of wish we had more time for smear frames, a bit more, because we kind of rushed the smear frames on that one shot
Yeah.
a little bit. Serena did a great job in his, but I kind of rushed mine. So there's that. So I think smear frames from an animation perspective, that'd be good. I also think no, that's it for me anyway. I think Serena, you probably have a few like the car thing, but
Yeah, I like the car thing, and yeah, there was there's one that comes to mind, which is during their initial like car talking phase.
oh yeah.
Yeah, there was an acting idea I had where like obviously Dia's supposed to be like really confused, and she's like looking around the car. I wanted her to be like really curious while Yelan was just like moving around like she's like an expert. And I wanted there to be a moment where she would like lean toward Yelan and like sort of try to peek over her shoulder or like see what she's doing, and then Yelan would like push her away, like without looking at her, just like push her face away. I really wanted to like little stuff like that just helps like sell the relationship. But I just didn't have time to do that. It would have been really hard to finish that shot.
Yeah, that would have been tough. But yeah, I mean, what you did was pretty good too. Like we just had like a pretty static shot for Dia for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah, a lot of like, I mean, you know, yeah, like I said, like you can polish animation forever.
Yeah, and
You
also
can get really ambitious with the simplest shots.
yeah, with the acting and everything too. Yeah.
And,
There's like a few kind of shots that I want to try in the future, but
Oh.
like you know those like Yone Yamamai shots, like the super eye close-ups, like the round eyes.
Oh God, Yone. Oh jeez, she's so good. That
Yeah.
would be amazing. That's actually that's a stretch goal I would say is a
Yeah.
stretch goal for the studio because I would love to do those shots.
Yeah, like the Evita.
Yeah, if you do, yeah.
Yep. That's something that we will definitely be look deving in the future for sure. Maybe we could do it for the next production. I'm actually kind of curious about that.
Yeah. I wonder, would we have to draw that, or can that be shader based?
It can be shader based, yeah. But basically, what
Their
you would
eyes
have
are
to do,
super round.
yeah, you would have what you'd have to do is you'd have to create a separate version of the asset for that shot. So you would add more eyelashes, you would add more detail to the pupils. You would probably replace it with an eyeball, for example, if you can. Get a lot of like refraction in there for like the cornea and all these. It's like just basically just develop an eye for close-ups and then just use that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's totally possible to do.
Yeah.
that would be really cool.
Yeah, the great thing about this music video, like this style, is that like it basically replicates a really, really geometrically accurate 3D model, which we have. So it's like,
Yeah.
to be able to achieve that level of fidelity would be amazing. That's definitely a stretch goal for the animation team, just in general.
Yeah, it's
Look dev.
interesting the way like anime's going. Like the last season we had like Bochi and Chainsaw Man, which
Yes.
they were like super on model and super like their
Mm-hmm.
the form was like super well kept.
Using a lot of 3D potentially. Yeah,
Yeah, they were probably using 3D, but like it's like the 2D almost look 3D. Right? So
exactly.
it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I watched some clips from Bochi and like especially the guitar scenes and stuff. Like
Yeah, when they're playing, yeah.
they definitely have some sort of reference that is geometrically accurate, right?
Yeah.
Because that's super tough to do, especially just the guitars
I-
themselves.
I remember seeing it behind the scenes somewhere where I'm pretty sure they have it's like a proxy 3D model
A
that's like
previs,
animated.
yeah.
And then
Makes
they
sense.
draw over it.
Yeah, I mean it just works, and it's a really good workflow. But yeah,
Yeah.
and here we
So
are.
that's really
Yeah,
I think I would say like probably another stretch goal for the studio probably be like more like intensive acting scenes, I think.
yes, definitely.
Uh,
That's a huge one. Yeah,
I want to make somebody cry.
yes, that is the goal.
My goal, personal goal.
Yeah, we did that a little bit with Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer
That was
Cats
really
2.
good.
That was great. That was a great
Mm-hmm.
practice. We want to cause pain and suffering
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
in all of our viewers.
Yes.
That's what we want. Yeah. Shane, what is this? Are these more bloopers? Yes. Send them to me. Send them to me. What is this? Hang on.
But you haven't. Pardon me, but you have any Grey Poop ball? There it is. I'll be taking on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, this is a good one. I love this one.
Do you have any Grey Poop ball? There it is. I'll be taking on. Pardon me.
Wait, what does he say exactly? He said, "Do you have any what? What was it?
Great Poupon, but then he cuts off.
Great Rupon?
Great
Great
Poupon.
What was that?
Do you not know what Great Poupon is? Oh man.
No,
Hell
The
is a
mustard.
great coupon.
it's a mustard.
Isn't that a reference to that?
Yeah, all the commercials they roll up to a car and they're like, "Pardon me, but do you have any Grey Poupon?" And like,
okay,
anyways,
I got it. Now.
anyways, so it's a whole thing.
Oh, you got it. You ninja'd me.
That's amazing.
Pardon me, but do you have any Grey Poop ball? There it is.
Grey Poupon. Oh wait, there's a link to it. Oh my god.
It's like at 20 seconds in.
Yeah.
Such an obscure reference.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, hang on. I don't have my volume up. Hang on. Why is he eating in the car?
And I can't find the one where the explosion at the end where all of the guys are yelling.
Oh man, the explode. Did you voice something for the explosion at the end?
It's not there anymore, but like
Oh, okay.
I was just being goofy, but I put a scream on every one of the guys flying in the air.
We got to start saving these.
Oh, that's right.
Because we know we're going to show them at some point.
Oh my god. Oh man. There's another Wayne's World. There's a Wayne's World reference.
Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Oh, I found the screams.
Oh my
That's
god.
fast.
Oh, Robin, how'd you find it? Oh my god. Hang on.
Oh, they're referencing. There's like a whole series of commercials, like the official commercials, and there's like an unreleased one you can find that turned into a big car chase.
Oh my
like,
god.
From the movie, and
I'm impressed.
I watched that and actually went out and bought some at the store.
That's
because
fair.
Of that.
I kind of
Good
want
work.
some now, actually. Oh my god, this one. Oh my god. Oh god, that's a massacre. Oh jeez. Oh man. Yeah, it's amazing.
I love how they just sound mildly inconvenienced.
Yeah, that's so
As
true.
well.
Oh my god. Wait, what was this one? I missed this one.
Somebody get my potion.
Oh no, we got that
Potion
one already.
boost.
Potion
Yeah.
boost. Oh man. Yeah, that was good. Oh man. Anyway, any other questions from chat?
Someone asked if there was any mocap. We didn't use any, right?
We used 0 mocap, except for Shane used reference for one of the mocap, what the Fatui scene.
Yeah,
right?
the getting out of the car and slamming the door.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yes.
And that was just his
Yes.
reference. It wasn't even like mocap.
Yeah, I was just importing the mocap in the scene so I could see the bones
Yeah.
and then just try to like get the key poses from it.
Yeah, that shot right there. And that was it. And that was just Shane doing his thing. Yeah. We used no mocap other than that. That's it. Everything else was hand animated. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Yep.
We were speed.
We were speed. We were very speed.
And that one glove asked if Late was using the 3.4 build of Goo Engine when he streamed earlier. I think that
Oh.
one glove was wondering what.
Oh, did Late stream earlier?
I guess so.
I didn't even know. I guess he did. Man.
I think he did a stream like a week or so ago, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so the 3.4 build is in progress right now. So we don't actually have it ready to go yet. So we actually use 3.3 for this whole project. But yes, the 3.4 build will be publicly available probably sometime this month. So yeah, look forward to that. That's going to be huge because I'm looking forward to a lot of the 3.4 features, including the view layer attributes, which is...
Yes, I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, me neither.
On the
That's
patch.
That's gonna be sick. I don't know if was that not in the patch notes. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, but it's like a huge deal because like if you can access the view layer in the shader, there's just like all these options you have now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that'll be
Yeah.
a fix for our FX issue.
Yeah, it'll be a huge thing. Oh man. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, any last words? Any last questions? We're good to go. We're done.
We love you all. Thank you.
That's true. Those are
Yeah.
facts. Those are facts. Yes. Thanks a lot for joining, guys. This is, I mean, these streams are a lot of fun because you guys are able to just like, I don't know, just have this open communication with us. I really like talking about nerdy shit. So like, you know, this is like my only chance to really geek out about this stuff. Yeah. So there's a lot more to talk about, I'm sure, but this is, I mean, we went over a lot of things. And we learned a lot of things on this project that we're going to be taking to the next project, which will be coming out, you know, whenever it's ready. That's going to be pretty exciting. We have a couple of exciting projects this year that are already lined up that I am very excited about. So I think 2023 is going to be a pretty big year for the studio and for the channel. If you guys, you know, make sure to like and subscribe. Got him. Now they have to. They just didn't have a choice anymore. I said it.
Quick, drop the Patreon.
Oh yeah, Patreon. Yeah. I think the Patreon is going to be a big thing because we are really going to be pushing more like assets and stuff on there. So like if you guys do want to support the studio, that's a huge way to do it cuz like I mean, let's be real, like studios are not cheap to run. They're not easy to run. It's a lot of work to make sure we can do this and it makes no sense from a business perspective to try to run a YouTube channel to this level of quality. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. So, you know, at the end of the day, like whatever support you guys can give us helps a ton and we can really like continue doing what we're doing. Obviously, only after taking care of yourselves. That's always important. But that's just, you know, just the thing that we're going to be putting more stuff on the Patreon in the future. Last question, how do normal geeks like us join your studio? I mean, like I talked about it a little bit earlier, we don't really have an official way to onboard or anything like that right now because we're not looking to expand at the moment. But later in the year, we might actually open up to internships potentially. That's just something that could happen as, you know, the studio grows a bit throughout the year. Just because I'm pretty excited for this year. I think we're gonna do a lot of cool stuff. So like, it might actually be some opportunities there for us to onboard some interns, and yeah, that'll be cool.
And we're always keeping an eye out for like artists that we like and stuff. So I mean,
we are.
You know, if you want to get noticed, just make your own stuff. You know.
Yep, and post on Twitter.
Like you're my favorite.
Yes, you specifically.
This one viewer in specific.
Yeah,
you know who you are.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Your time.
But yeah, if you're on Twitter, that'll be great. That's a great way just to like post stuff. And if you use Goo Engine, even better. Like that's like I like to browse the Goo Engine hashtag a lot, so there's that. And also if you join the Discord, so like the studio Discord actually has a ton of talent there, and there's like a place you can share art in the studio Discord as well with the supporters, and I browse that quite a bit too. So like just in general, just if you want to get noticed, if you want to like show stuff, we do sort of make note of people who are like, oh, maybe like, you know, well, eventually when we grow, like maybe we can reach out to them. That kind of stuff does happen. So like, you know, just working on your own craft and putting it out there is really the best way to do it. Indeed. All right, cool. In that case, I think we're done. We're wrapping up. Alrighty.
Cool.
Alrighty. Cool. Then what we're gonna do is I don't know when I'll stream again. I'll try to stream again. We're gonna jump into production mode pretty soon. So I don't know how much time I'll have, but I'll definitely be posting on Professor Goo. So I'll probably see you guys there before we stream again. This stream will be on Professor Goo. If you guys are watching on the Professor Goo channel right now, hey, how's it going? I see you.
Hello, YouTube.
You're right there, YouTube frogs. Let's go. And yeah, I mean we'll be posting more on the Professor Goo channel in the future. More like actual tutorial stuff and like those kinds of things. So I'll be planning that out for the year and getting that out pretty soon. But streams are a little harder to schedule these days, so that's how it is. But welcome to the stream, and bye-bye. All right. See you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye now. Bye, guys.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.